So that's up. I just named it point 2 since we had a point 1. Everyone good? Alright. Well, yes, I suppose good to play and good are two different things.
Right.
Alright, we're good.
We're good. All right. Well, welcome back again for another mini session this week. It's been a very weird last couple sessions have been a little topsy-turvy, but we're back Thursday now doing another Sins of the Father .2 episode. The party, last time we left off, you guys had gone and started to talk to Ein and Freya without Peria and Vivian. You guys did a lot of I can't even recap. There's like a lot of fucking like investigation with Ein. A lot of revelations, a lot of taunting and just some bullshit, honestly. Ein was you guys started to realize he was pushing you guys for some reason to like attack him. He was specifically goading you. And then just as he was being led by Freya, I gave Felix a chance to do an int roll, not because Chris is dumb, but because Chris and
Chris
Becky and everyone hasn't. Well, you guys haven't played my last campaign in a long time, and there were details that were like skipped over, like not really caught. Felix though got that 21 intelligence save and remembered. He mentioned in the middle of a conversation that he was saved by Castellus when you guys asked about the whole Castellus thing, which infers that he didn't die when his ship exploded, like you all assumed. And it means that he still has the elixir of immortality active, which means that his current form is immutable. Once he dies, will probably return to the prime of his youth, as the elixir does, and give him another chance at life. Which means he probably wants to die. Now, as to why he hasn't just killed himself yet, you have no idea. There's probably reasons. But you guys chased after Freya, revealed this, explained that he has to be killed twice. Freya didn't quite grasp that concept. Yes, strike me down. A more powerful possibly imagine. Precisely.
That's exactly what's going on.
Exactly, like word for word.
Well, you already sentenced me to death, and technically I served that term.
If this was like a kingdom, sure. The Queen of Bardas doesn't give a shit about that. But if this was like Calcivel, I'd be like, well, I already served my life sentence, right?
That being said, I just learned life sentence is 25 years.
Yeah, and well, you can serve consecutive life sentences.
Yeah.
If you do something horrible enough, they'll give you like 7 consecutive life sentences, and you're never getting out of jail.
I always thought like a life sentence just already meant you were in there for the rest of your life.
Right,
I never realized.
Yeah, like literally you're there till you die.
No, it's actually a set period of time that's supposed to be like, this is like a huge chunk of life, especially if you're like 50 when you get put away. Like, you're like 75. You get out and your life's basically like done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
So.
Fun facts, yeah.
yeah, fun real life facts.
Or you know.
So as you guys were watching Freya lead him away, Felix revealed this, and you guys realized you trust Zivadona to probably do a good job, but you don't guarantee that Ein doesn't have something up his sleeve, because Ein always has something up his sleeve. And he seems to be going along quite willingly to this execution. So you guys have decided we will accompany you to see it through, to see Ein's body, to make absolutely fucking sure that one of the greatest enemies this world has known is actually dead. In response, Freya said, in order to do that, you're going to have to make sure Evelyn comes. And on cue, Toloko, upon messaging Camille that he was in town and asking where they were, Camille responded that Ein was here, and so Toloko just teleported to Camille. What? With Vivian and Peria bamfing into the interrogation room near Camille. And I think that is exactly where we left it off.
Yeah, I told Freya I'd try my best, and I was like, oh, look.
All right. So let me pull up some music, I guess.
Also, there's like a weird obstruction here that's obstructing the light between the doorway.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's really weird.
Can't see nothing.
Dynamic lighting.
It might just be where I'm standing. There
Oh,
might
no,
be like a
it's,
little piece of
There's
so
light
something.
sources here.
It's because the lights are right here. So there's a corner.
Oh.
It's a little
okay.
dumb,
If
but
that's
right,
okay,
because
that's
there's a
weird.
light here,
Yeah.
here, and here. Let me just put because that doesn't make any sense. Because that's not how light really works in real life. If you light up the hallways, some of it will. You're not going to be in pitch darkness. You know, 2
That'd be
feet into
weird.
the hall. Let me just put. There you go. Just
Cool.
to make it easier.
I can
Grudge
see the hall now. Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Okay.
let me pull up.
It's a horror movie, then there's a darkness spirit just.
Yeah. All right.
It's meant to be like that, Chris. It's magical darkness.
I have dark vision. It's magical darkness. But I have the dark vision. You have.
You all enter a dark cave.
Regular light, real
God,
light, or
God.
magical light.
That little
Alright.
fix, they will actually have the ability to see through magical darkness and
Yeah.
darkness.
Yeah. Okay. So last we left off, you guys are now at the top floor of the Brass Flame Suite, and Freya is leading Ein away, and Ein is now revealed that yes, he can die at least once. And with that, Evelyn, Vivian, Paria, Vivian, this is gonna take forever. Paria, Vivian, and Toloko teleport in. Toloko looks to Camille. You said Ein's here? Where?
Yeah. Felix went running after them.
He immediately moves over to the doorway and
okay.
looks down. He's not running past you like out the door. He's just kind of looking to see, and he sees Felix at the end. And then in this room, he sees the towering figures of. By the way, in case I didn't get the chance before, Freya's guards are all inhuman. There is a large minotaur blocking the stairwell. There is what looks like a gnoll pack lord that you guys have fought before, like something similar, dressed in like tribal gear. Off to the side, there are these 2 animalistic guards near the door. One looking like a tiger, one looking like a boar. Very exotic, and they're all kind of towering around this little old man in chains. And you can see Toloko like, you're fucking kidding me.
Apparently not.
Tolo?
Yes, sorry, I'm dropping off your friends. I was messaging Camille.
Oh.
Is that really Ein?
Yes.
And you see at the end of the hall, Ormond turns back and like looks over his shoulder. Oh, hello, Archmage. Long time no see. It's like, yep, that's Ein, for sure. Vivian is gonna duck around the corner, as per your discussion, with her, to stay out of sight. But of course, that's kind of out the window now. But
Peria will come around the table and kind of tap on Tolo's shoulder.
Right. You probably wish to speak with him.
May I?
Of course. He steps out of the way.
Okay, I'll like nod to Camille and Morgana as I walk through.
Is she cool, Uncle Tuck?
Yes, I've spent time being very thorough. Trust me, they're both cool.
Okay.
I guess she'll shimmy by.
Mhm.
A wolf.
Yeah, Jared won't stop you.
By the way, just for
Just
appearance sake, what is Peria wearing now? New
So
armor and everything.
It's generally the same, but it looks a little bit more sturdy. A little bit more
Less leather, more metal.
right, more metal, less leather. She still has the asymmetrical armor style going. Normally, she just had like a sword at her hip, shield at her back. That's gone, and there's just a glaive strapped to her back. Which is normally she doesn't use weapons, but now she has to use real weapons.
You can't just summon a sword to her hand.
Shit.
Technically.
Yeah.
Uncle Toe's good, but he's not that good.
I
Take
guess
that back.
she'll say, "Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me." If Felix and
Tierbrand led her through.
Yeah.
Yes, Freya. Here is my best, and I'll step to the side.
I feel like regards Felix like, I could use someone like you. You get results quickly and efficiently. I
that was me.
respect that.
Yeah, it was me.
Evelyn, it's good to see you again.
she'll step in and kind of like flare her aura. Miss Freya, it is quite lovely to see you again.
Where's your charming accent? I liked the charming accent.
Was a bit under the weather when we last met.
That's disappointing.
Oh.
And she just kind of like steps forward. To my understanding, this worm behind me is your family. He spoke of you often. When he mentioned the name, I had a feeling there was a connection. He wanted to speak to you.
And I very much would like to speak with him.
Very well. She just steps aside, and you see... Hello, imp. Fancy meeting you here.
It is. Didn't think I'd see you in chains.
Wasn't my idea, but things went a little out of hand. I also was hoping to talk to you alone, but I see that things have progressed in my absence.
They sure have, especially in your pointed absence. Seems she kind of like starts walking around, trying to intimidate.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, this old man in chains and
I know.
there's a couple of like big guards around the corners just kind of like watching.
Is there a reason you just left for me to clean up your mess?
There's always reasons for everything I do, dear child. You should know that.
I'm waiting.
Well, since you've already told them everything else, I suppose I may as well. It was clear to me when we saw that note that we were being left for dead. They made no mention of us on the train. They made no mention of us as excluded targets. We were informed nothing of this plague incursion. I had a feeling this was more about me than you, my dear daughter. So, being the good father that I am, I separated you from me. So they would trust you. Don't you see? I did this all for you. As long as you were looking for me and you had no idea where I truly was, Castellus could trust you still. And then you ruined that by ratting on him.
What choice did I have, dear father?
Oh, I
It's not
suppose we were
being-
all running out of options,
Yes,
weren't we?
We were. You know what's funny to me?
Please enlighten me.
The fact that I was never alone. But you decided to separate us. You know what the funniest part is? If you had just told us about each other, let us bond, have that affection that we always wanted from you, that maybe your plan would have worked and we wouldn't have needed Castellus. Did you ever consider that? Maybe showing some love and affection would have gotten you exactly what you wanted?
He doesn't know what that is.
The last time I showed love to a creature, it went very badly for me. Love is a weakness, and I thought I taught you that. But to your point, your friends have made some interesting comments. Is Vivian here?
She will step right in front of him, blocking the doorway, and then grab him by the scruff.
Ooh. Careful now, dear. Careful. Weak constitution. I could go at any moment.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be just fine. But you are not to mention her.
What is this rebellious phase of yours? I'm not sure I like it.
I like it.
Maybe. If you were ever worth anything as a father, we would have gone through this
Careful,
already.
imp.
I am
See,
not
that's
an
what I
imp.
said.
I hate the name that you gave me. But it is a part of me, and I will wear it with pride. And you will never call me imp again. My name is Peria, and I'll let him go.
Love it.
Curb
See,
stop
your time
him.
away from the order has made you as insolent as ever. But I'm not totally disappointed. I heard you broke your pact with Castellus. About damn time.
The only
We're
reason
always-
I made that pact was to get your approval.
Then you never understood me for a second.
Looks like you didn't need it though.
Do I have any other half siblings roaming the countryside?
I don't like that. I don't like that laugh. Becky doesn't like that laugh.
Imp, don't you know me? In all the years you've been with me, how many loose women have I taken for pleasure? How many times have I indulged in carnal sensations? You know, I have no interest in such things. What makes you think I would violate 2 women? I barely enjoyed the first. You think Vivian's my daughter? Does she still think that after all this time?
Insight check!
Yeah, go for it.
We need to do that DNA test, you know, for
I
Dr.
know.
Phil or whatever the fuck.
Ah,
his name
fuck!
is. Maury.
11.
Maury, yeah.
Hard to
yeah.
You're
say.
not the father.
Yeah, okay. Where did she get that idea then? If not
Well,
from you?
She got it from me, but I didn't think she was this stupid. You and her. What?
I'm so confused.
Me too.
You and Vivian were getting a bit chummy when you were, what, 12? 13? Something around then. You were getting a bit insolent. Using each other as leverage, using each other for support. I needed none of that. What I needed was for you both to rise up, to lift each other up further, higher, become stronger, better. So,
Perfectionist.
I improvised. Vivian was an orphan. You could tell she was always looking for approval everywhere she went. So I just told her. I was her dear long-lost daddy. All she had to do to earn my affections was prove that she was better than you. And it worked. Oh, I could see the jealousy growing in her, and it fueled her. She grew so well. She became such a dedicated agent. Much better spy than you ever were. I should have sent her. I really should have.
Mistakes happen, don't they,
Yes,
Father?
they do.
He's a whole big
Make no mistake, you have no half-siblings. I wouldn't dare try to raise any more than one, as it's already been enough to drive me insane. And obviously, I've gone so gray from it. No one else in the room is laughing, just like staring.
Mhm. I can't say shit. Like, it's
Uh,
a piece of crap. That's all there is to say.
but if Vivian is here, or was with you, that means things have changed even more than I expected. For him to send her out here, what is he planning? I've already had quite the conversation with your companions. They've grilled me for everything they could think of. Isn't that right, dear Felix?
I don't say anything.
We're
Oh,
having
and-
a conversation.
Oh, I'm sure, dear. We'll have plenty of time on the way to Bardes. You see, your friends have volunteered you for a mission. Little sacrificial lamb. See how much they really care about you? They already offered you to the giantess here. As fun for the trip.
Doesn't sound like them.
Hmm.
And I don't
You
know
weren't
that
here
I
5
believe
minutes
you.
ago. Well,
It's
Are-
sad
can talk to
when
them
you
yourself.
can't even trust blood.
hmm.
He has no compassion. He has no empathy. He has no love in his heart. What does he expect to gain from trusting anybody?
Pyrrha. I kind of
Yes,
step forward
Felix.
past Camille.
Hero would have been a good name too, actually.
Sorry, is it Pyrrha?
Paria.
Haria.
Imperia.
Like a
but just
pear.
Paria,
Emperia.
yeah.
Peria. Okay.
Haria.
Rather than
Peria.
Evelyn.
Peria.
Let me get some Dior in here.
Haria.
Peria. Yeah, nice.
Turn around.
Are
Half-
you
half-
aware that your father can die twice?
Am I aware?
No.
Nope.
He's never revealed that to you.
That's the first I'm hearing of it.
That's why he looks so happy.
Who
While
knows,
my
it could just be twice. Maybe it's 10 times. You might have to be really thorough.
Maybe we'll
Oh,
just
we
put you in the astrals. Or no. Maybe we'll just throw you underwater, tie you to the bottom, and have you drown and revive constantly. I wasn't speaking to you
We can put him
anymore,
in the bag
father.
of folding.
Put him
Go
in the
back to Felix.
porthole.
He looks over
Yeah.
like Perry's shoulder. See, now that's my daughter. Ingenuitous or ingenious, ingenuid. You know what I mean.
that death is too good for you.
Oh.
There's no point in killing him. We need to take him.
Freya
What is-
also steps
what
up.
is the?
As you say that, by the way, Freya steps up. I also should remind you, his death is claimed by Zivadona. None of you are
Yes,
to
and
harm him.
You
I have
would.
no interest.
Peria, what
Yes,
does
Felix.
Zivadona want with you?
I don't know. Other than possible looking sheepishly to Freya for accessory to murder. Would be my guess.
I don't.
Out of
Think-
curiosity, why do you think Zivadona wants Peria?
Yeah, no, it was only Freya who was.
Chris,
Freya,
just
really?
curious.
I don't know the way she said her. Didn't Ein say like they're handing you over on a silver plate?
You to Freya.
Yeah.
You handed he's saying you
Oh,
agreed to let Evelyn come because Freya wants her as a plaything,
I'm
not
entertained.
Zivadona.
Gotcha.
cool,
sorry.
Zara.
Yeah,
I
no, it's all good.
Hopefully,
misconstrued
hopefully
that.
only Zivadona
That's
wants
why I wanted to
Morgana.
clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, ignore that roll then.
Alright.
Yeah.
never mind.
Ignore
None of
that
that happened.
sentence then.
I have one more question for my father, if you all don't mind.
I'll kind of quiet off.
Just
and
one. I
stand
was
back off to
expecting
the
a
side.
lot more.
Answer me truthfully. Who is my mother?
I was gonna ask that. Yeah.
Your mother was a woman who would rather gain power than keep you. So I obliged. She was a whore who sold you to me. Make no mistake, when I say sold you, the act was included. You are mine.
Ew.
She just carried you.
Imperia is biting down on that lip, trying not, and her fists
Wow.
are clenched.
That's
She's
why I've
only a
never
piece of
told you
shit.
about her. There's no point. She's nothing to you. Nothing to me, nothing to us. She's probably dead for all I know.
So what he probably means to say is the exact opposite. She's somebody that cares about you.
So untrusting, Felix.
Inside check.
Sure,
it's
go for
it's like you lie to everybody's face.
Damn it!
Statistically, I have to tell the truth once in a while.
And who knows?
12 insight.
Who knows?
I mean, I'll give you the fact that you know your father's a dick.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily believe everything he says, but it doesn't sound like this is a particular lie.
Sure. Yeah. Very well. She turns
Hey, can I-
back.
oh. Can I do a check?
Sure.
For I know it's really far fetched and stupid.
I get it.
And I don't think it would
Whatever.
ever be her. But can I see if Peria looks like Rose? I don't think Rose.
No. Okay.
But
Give me an insight check.
I'm a half elf?
Yeah, but still.
Okay, sure.
For Camille's.
Oh, sure. I could be quarter. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just. What'd you say? Perception check?
Yeah, perception much makes sense too. If you're just looking at appearance.
Yeah. I'm just.
20.
I was like,
I mean,
maybe.
Peria does have like red hair, right? I'm thinking of
No, I have brown, dark
brown hair. Okay,
Oh, okay.
sorry. The
She doesn't
mini.
really have a lot of.
Right.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
red
it's
dragon
the aura.
behind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dark brown hair. I mean, Rose has blonde hair, and Ein does have dark hair normally, so it could be potentially one's recessive, one's a dominant. Not sure, but
I forgot
you
what
also do
Peria
know.
Really looks like.
You also do know Rose is
Being a horror.
they're both human and human for
Right.
Ein and Rose. So
Okay.
the half elf would have to come from somewhere.
Plus, if you
Which
ever spoke to Rose about him, she would have nothing to discuss.
yeah, no.
That
There's no way
does
Rose would ever
raise
lay
a
with him.
Point.
Yeah, it does though, doesn't it? Like.
It does. Peria, I'll give you that. Peria is half elf. Ein is human. That means the mother must be an elf
Yeah.
Of some persuasion.
of some persuasion.
Just watch as the queen. Oh my god, could you
Fuck
imagine?
no.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh, that'd be a fucking tangled ass web.
So
Wouldn't it?
after that, oh god, she will turn back to Freya.
Stares at DM face. Is he
Mhm.
telling us the truth?
I am done with him.
Great.
So
Unfortunately, I am not. I have to deal with his smart mouth for quite a while.
you could always put a binding
I've
in it.
considered it, but
It wouldn't
I
hurt.
personally would.
I'll think about it.
Of course, it's your prerogative.
I don't want to listen to this drivel. Yeah.
So,
And Miss
despite
Freya,
oh,
one
yes.
apologies.
I like the new assertive you. Interesting.
Thank you. It's better.
What?
I'm afraid that we were not properly introduced when we first met.
Were we not? We
My
had a
name-
fist fight and everything.
Of course, I was misleading in my name that I gave you.
Oh,
My name is Peria. Peria Knight.
right. They've been saying that a bit. I was
Yes.
confused about that.
I want you to clear the air and also.
As you say, Peria Knight, you hear Ein go, oh, God. Knight.
wanted to clear the air and that, yes, in fact, this man is my father.
You have a very old father.
Yes, I do. He's very, very old. More than he appears, unfortunately.
He appears to be extremely old. Like, decrepitly ancient old. Thanks.
So old. You need to pee, you sure?
So I'm sorry, Miss Freya. I interrupted you. Please.
Don't be sorry. I'm liking these developments. Although, I got so used to the name Evelyn. I'll have to change some things. Like,
Insight check?
yeah, give me an insight check.
She probably, like,
You've
made
ruined her
her own-
fantasies.
Oh,
where
fuck
she
no.
knows
Seven.
your
She
name.
made
Hard to
you
say.
Her own
Yep.
room. It has
Yeah.
Evelyn on the top of it.
There might be
and when you
something
go in, it's like a
engraved
portrait
somewhere with Evelyn.
There might be. You're not
Shit.
sure, Peria,
Right.
but maybe. Peria's like, all right. Well, Peria. As your friends have offered and requested, will you be joining us to Bardest to see this worm executed twice?
If that is what the party has decided on my behalf, then I am bound to it.
You sure? Because I like you more. I'll take your word over theirs.
You have my word, Miss Freya, that I will accompany you to Bardest to see this worm executed twice.
Excellent. Well, then I guess we better get going. And as you say that, as she says that, Toloko starts stepping up. A moment, if you could. I'm sorry. I know this is becoming a bit of a crowd. Freya turns and was like, you weren't in that room a moment ago. You weren't in that area. You weren't in that room a moment ago either.
Mhm.
Does that room have a secret entrance? No, I
You made one.
used teleportation magic. It's above your. You would understand. And he steps out. My dear Peria, do you mind if I have a moment with your father?
Please,
We
be
have
my
some
guest.
history, you see.
Yes, I know a bit about some. I'm sorry.
No, quite all right.
Apologies.
He then steps forward. Nine's like, ooh, revolving door of guest appearances today. What's this gonna... What? Toloko smacks him across the face.
Thank you.
And Ein falls to the ground in his chains.
Yeah.
And Toloko
Toloko.
is... That's all I had to say to him. And just turns around.
Solid hit, Uncle Toe.
It hurts. I don't usually do that.
Yeah. That's gonna be bruised. You better put some ice on that later.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'll just heal it. Magic's better than ice.
Right.
All right. So Ein is now on the floor in a crumpled heap in chains, sore face stinging with pain. A shell of what he may have once been. To that, Vivian does kind of like carefully. She's just like got a hand on the wall, like looking out. Peria, is it okay if I come out now?
Yes.
I'll move here.
She steps out. You guys see Vivian is now dressed in more fitting leather and hide gear with 2 daggers on each side. And she has, whereas last time you saw her, she was clutching that stone like to her constantly. She's no longer holding it, but she has a new necklace.
New bottle.
I need
Nice.
to
It's cool.
see if I can find it here. I think it's on my...
Is that her focus or something?
Maybe.
Ooh.
She's a rogue. She's a rogue.
Mm.
Let me see if I can find the necklace in my files because I'm having trouble. Megan, do you still have it when I shared it to you?
Yeah.
Could you
do want me
just
to
put it
find
into miscellaneous?
Yeah, you got it. Let me just.
I'm having trouble finding it.
Hold on, I'll look for it.
Thank you. But she has like a crafted amulet with the dark violet, almost black stone, now faceted and cut into like a teardrop shape, into the center of this rather still sizable necklace. It's not the fist-sized chunk before. It looks like it was shaved down and faceted into like a gemstone, and set into an amulet, probably by the artificer expert Toloko. And she still kind of like holds a hand to it as she steps forward. Is what he said true? Just kind of looking to Peria.
She'll look and be. I didn't sense any deception in his.
She steps
voice.
forward. You are not my father? Like looking down at him now as he's like slowly getting up. Why? Why did you lie? What did you have to gain from it? And why did you lead me on for so long? You see, he just kind of is like hobbling up. Oh, Vivian. You had such potential. I could see it in you from birth. When you came to us as a baby at the foot of the orphanage, you just looked like you'd be a killer one day. And then you met my daughter. And she ruined you. She was making you soft and kind and compassionate. And I just couldn't stand it. My dear, you were more of a daughter to me than that imp ever. And Vivian just turns back to Peria. Do you mind?
Go for it.
Punches him in the face, and Ein goes flying back onto the floor.
Healing
Unconscious.
word.
Unconscious. Oh, and you use healing word.
Healing word.
He's like, ugh. Oh,
Don't let him die.
yeah.
Not yet.
This is a good start to our journey.
All right, now we can go. She
Magic.
just kind of trudges back to the back of the room. Ein is now a heap on the ground. The Minotaur nearby reaches down with one arm and just lifts him up, puts him back down on his feet. He's got like a big swollen like cheek. I feel like this is going to be a theme.
Could I do an insight check on Vivian?
Sure.
She walked away. I'm gonna roll above a 15 today.
Are you though?
Yes, I
21.
am.
What are you inciting?
I just want to see what her general mood is as far as taking that news.
There's, as you look back at her, on one hand, she definitely seems disturbed that she's been lied to her whole life, even more now, and more than just the Order is actually evil, and now a cult, and now apparently the guy that she was trying to impress her whole life, thinking that he was her father, is just an asshole who was manipulating her to become a perfect spy. That's all there, and she's
There's some
definitely
trauma.
processing that. But
Yeah.
as she walks past you, she kind of like touches your hand lightly, and you see a smile as she realizes what this means now.
Okay. Good. Small smile back. Teeny tiny baby smile. Like,
Mike Chairman is going to
Hmm.
approach her. Excuse me, Miss Freya.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going up to Ian. I thought this was gonna be a revolving
No,
door.
no,
Pushing
no,
him.
no.
healing word.
Like
Lay on
that
hands.
I want
scene
to,
on
but-
Airplane with the woman freaking out and everyone just in a line like,
Punch the freak, $2. Punch the freak.
yeah.
Yeah, you're punching.
All right, Tierbren, you stepped up to Freya, was
Yes.
it? Okay.
Pardon. So were you planning on leaving immediately?
We've already overstayed our welcome here. We only planned to stop in just for to refuel, and then you all made us wait 3-4 days. Yes, we're going to be leaving. What time is it? And she looks over to the knoll, who goes, almost dark. Like, we'll leave in the morning.
Understood. That's good. Just Telica, we need to talk to you.
Well, I suppose I'm staying a bit then. Miss Freya, was it? Do you have this whole floor rented? Oh, yes, help yourself to a room. And she, gestures to the knoll who will open this door. You guys have the freedom to choose a room. Freya does, step up, and considering now she realizes you guys can't leave, she begins to drag Ein over to this door. I will be watching over him in my room for this evening. You all may take any rooms to the left side.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, she goes down the hall. As Ein's coming through the door, is like, talk to you later, imp. And the door closes to that hallway.
Felix, I really don't.
And the Minotaur steps forward in front of that door.
I
Oh, there
really
is
don't feel comfortable with him being alone with just one person.
Freya can handle him. They've
Yes,
brought him
we
this
need to-
far.
We need to speak.
AJ, Tierbrand has how much passive perception?
Let me go check.
10 plus your normal
I'm pretty
number?
sure it's 16.
16?
Nah.
Okay.
Still high as shit.
That's still
Yeah,
pretty
it's
high
pretty-
for
pretty
you
high.
guys. Yeah, it's a plus 6
Well,
perception.
He's also a wolf. So
Yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah.
16
That makes
perception. As you guys are, like kind of getting ready to go to a room, obviously, you hear in this distance, off to the right, off to the way that Freya left, you hear thuds and grunts. It sounds like somebody's getting beat up.
Children just kind of grins to himself. Well then,
Sounds like
what room
Freya
do you
likes
all,
to tenderize her meat.
What room do you all wish to
Oh.
speak in?
It doesn't matter. It's a room. I'll go
Toloko just
over this
yeah, oh god.
way. Just find
Here.
a room.
I'll
Here we
go in the direction
in-
of
okay.
wherever Uncle Toe is going.
Okay, yeah, you all come
I
into
will.
this room then.
This is a small room for all of us.
Well, you're not all
I've
gonna
got
sleep in here.
time.
This is just to
Yes.
talk.
I've slept in worse. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna stoke the
Tierberg
fire
gets
a
on
little
the
bit.
bed. Ah, so cute.
Curls up in a little half
His
circle.
little paws go over the edge.
Yeah, he's like little
Take it easy,
doggy
there we go.
loafing.
And then we realize how heavy he is, and he breaks the bed.
Oh
Aw,
my god.
He's not
it's a
that
quality.
heavy.
It's a quality
No
He's not
bed.
a
No
chunky
fat
baby.
shaming here.
Chunky baby.
He's a chunky baby.
Wolves
Okay,
are
anyway.
big.
In fact,
Okay.
the wolf is
Alright.
probably rather thin due to his training.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. All right, so you guys step in
Muscle.
and close the door.
Mhm.
Toloko turns to the rest of you. Well, there's been some interesting developments, it seems.
Yes, it would appear that way. Camille had mentioned, she would like to send word to Dior.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
Are
like
you
my friends
take-
to at least know.
You're taking Ein to Bardest for Zivadona, correct?
Yes, that is.
I don't
where they-
recommend letting Dior know until Ein is dead.
Yes, I did mention that letting them know could spark conflicts.
I mean, they are kind of protective.
As spending time with your father for some time, I know that if he knew that we had Ein, he would probably, or at least Filianor would probably teleport over here right now to enact divine
Yeah.
judgment of some sort, which would then snub Zivadona of her kill, which would then set off the very delicate balance that you all are probably not aware of, that we are upholding at all times to not go to war with Bardest. It's a very... He kind of like turns towards the fire as he's like realizing that you are all children to him at this point, and it's like, oh god, what's gonna happen here?
I mean,
She'll
we'll just
hunt us
take
down
care
and
of
kill
it.
us all.
This is a very delicate situation, you have to understand.
Mhm.
Trust me, I would like nothing more than to incinerate him over and over again.
It would make it quicker.
He deserves nothing more than that. But if Zivadona has made a claim on him, and if she really did love that bard that he killed, depriving her of the right to kill him could be extremely dangerous. Zivadona is an ancient and powerful creature. So much so that we of the Holy Land have long debated what to do about her. And we have already decided to try and play nice as best as we can.
She's that powerful.
He looks over to Morgana,
She has a lot of resources to her disposal,
an extremely large amount.
and she'll hunt us all down. If
I see.
Just another bit of information for you. To our knowledge, she has ruled Bardest since the Great Tragedy, 876 years ago. Uncontested.
Strong. Got
Which
it.
would put her in the category of ancient dragons,
Yeah.
at least.
I have a lot of heavy reservations about going Hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Well-
Understandable.
So we just give him to her, and then she does what she does.
Well,
Hopefully that goes as well as we're expecting.
Well, there's more that we need to tell you in what Ein told us.
Certainly.
For one, Ein is predicting some sort of war within about 2-3 weeks here.
So he came to the same conclusion.
Yes.
I'm going to speak about things that are not supposed to leave this room. There has been some time now that we of the Holy Land have predicted the fall of Calcifel. This most recent tragedy with the plague outbreak was a tipping point. It was why I got so involved, trying to stop what we expect to happen. The Dane Republic signed a peace treaty, but we never believed that they fully gave up on their ideal to unify the land under their rule. Bardest occupies parts of Calcifel's territory, and Calcifel is, without a doubt, the weakest sovereign nation in Elkest. Their people no longer have faith, not like they once did. They no longer have the backing of a promise of a god coming to save them. They have been ravaged by war. Calcifel is on the brink. It may look peaceful while you're in the kingdom, but from the outside, it's obvious all the enemies looming close. With this plague and the reveal of President Dane's wife passing during that trial, I realized that things were more grim than I thought. It is entirely possible that Bardest will see this as an opportunity to wipe Calcifel off the map and join with the Dane Republic. Bardest hates, Zivadona hates weakness above all else. I don't think she'll allow Calcifel to go on much longer. Which is why this is a good opportunity. If you are going to escort this offering to Zivadona, this could be a chance to plead your case. Perhaps we can ask for leniency. Prove that Calcifel still has strength, is worth protecting, and all the people that are within it. Of course, this isn't our responsibility. None of us actually live here, looking around the room. You all could also just go home. Could leave Calcifel and let what happens happen. I wouldn't blame you.
I will not abandon my people.
I have those I care about that live here.
I can't abandon my friends. And I need to figure out where Tyrion is.
I don't have a reason. I just want to protect some people. Let's do this then. Let's stop a war.
Morgana, I understand you have reservations about returning home. I understand that your aunt is Zivadona, and that she may wish for you to be dead is something I've come to understand. This sounds perilous for you.
Yes.
Blame you.
All right.
She still has a.
Here, I don't make a habit of giving out things like this, but circumstances. He waves to the air, and he reaches into the air, like into like
So
a dimensional space, and
Sometimes.
he retrieves a locket, and he hands it over to you, Morgana, and presents it. This is a locket of inner self. I'm expecting this back, but once per day, as long as you wear this, you can choose your appearance until you choose to change it. Essentially, once per day ability, you can polymorph yourself until you remove the necklace. And you can choose every day what the form is.
That's nice.
Get a
We're
new
not gonna go
harden.
hug Uncle Toe.
Oh.
There. You're still my best apprentice. I have to take care of you. Can't have you
Thank you.
dying to a dragon queen.
That'd be bad.
Just,
I will
careful.
only use it for my duration, Bardus. I'll have it back to you after.
it's very valuable. Please do. I can't really place that.
He's not got me things in there.
She holds it close to her
So-
chest.
Now, keep in mind, this is a full polymorph. As in, you will change your anatomy. This is a very powerful item. You may, depending on the form you choose, you may have a different voice. You may have different abilities. I recommend only using this around those you wish to disguise yourself. Don't wear it the entire time, that's what I mean to say. You may not have access to your magic in the presence of Zivadona if you're wearing this.
I understand.
But it's not an illusion, so even she shouldn't be able to see through it. Speaking of gifts, I realized that I'd be meeting you all here, and I wasn't sure what your plans were going to be, so I took the liberty of stopping by the Keen Eye. And he pulls out, Camille, your upgraded armor
Oh, yes.
is finished.
Nice.
All right.
Give that to you.
What's the plus? Is it just a +1?
I believe it was a +1 you ordered.
Okay.
It would take longer to go +2, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So my
But-
armor class just increases, yeah?
Yep, so it's
Okay.
the same armor, but you get a +1 to your AC.
Sweet. 19 now. All right.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Let me
Sweet.
look through. Additionally,
thank you.
Avery made mention of some item you requested when you were in his shop, and he has made an invention. I have overlooked it. It doesn't seem to be disastrous. It needs some
Oh.
testing, though.
For your test
He-
monkeys.
He hands Camille a whetstone that has the symbol of a dragon etched into it. This is Avery's personal invention called the Dragon's Whetstone. Very inventive, I know. I'm going to teach him about names later. He hands you 3 of them. These are single-use whetstones that are enchanted. It takes an action to apply, and for 1 minute, you deal 1d6 extra damage of the type that the whetstone is. You have 1 cold, 1 lightning, and 1 fire. So basically, you apply it to your weapon. You strike it. It must be a bladed weapon. You must strike it across the weapon, and for the next minute, you deal a d6 of the element. So you have 1 fire, 1 cold, and 1 lightning. He says that if you like these and they work for you, he'll start mass producing and selling them in his shop.
Ooh.
I thought it was a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
He's turning out to be a good investment of time.
It sounds better than the bag of folding.
I mean, that's still kind of useful.
Which reminds me, you mentioned a portable hole before, right?
Yes, we do
Yeah.
have one of those.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Would you prefer to have a portable hole or a bag of holding?
The bag of holding is more convenient.
Empty your portable hole.
What all we got in there?
It should just be a couple of things. Like there's the
There's a
flail,
flail.
the butcher's bib, the
And the
couple of
pickaxe.
things, pickaxe.
Yeah.
So
It's your pants.
a couple of things come out.
Yeah.
Now, please fill it up.
Yes.
Now place your folded portable hole in the bag of folding.
Are we sure that's a good idea?
The bag of folding is not a dimensional space.
You're asking
However,
the
it does
hard
fold things. I realized the mistake that my new apprentice made was it folds matter instead of space. But if you were to fold space,
That makes sense.
basically you put the portable hole in the bag of folding and it turns into a bag of holding.
Yeah, that's
I was
pretty-
hoping you'd do it this whole time.
No, we're not smart enough to
No.
do
I know, it's fine. It was something I had like as like a little like I wonder if they're gonna figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
So
put it
you
in
put it,
there.
and
that
the
big
bag shimmers slightly and it expands a little bit. And as you look in, now basically the hole is part of the bag and you have a bag of holding.
Oh, that's cool.
That's convenient.
Sweet.
So remove the portable hole, but you have a bag of holding and you can put the stuff back into the bag.
Yeah.
Now, kinda, I'll
So
kinda
now,
use the bag of
Somebody
holding.
has to keep very good track of what's in the bag
Who
of
is
holding.
doing it?
Somebody's got to keep inventory.
Who doing it?
Chris has been holding it.
I will. I'm gonna go to here.
Hey,
and-
Mike.
Yeah.
Would you be able to create like a little handout?
I was thinking about making a handout
Yeah,
for all
that
players.
They're all
actually,
edited.
that might be
That's
a
what I'm
better.
shared
gonna do.
handout. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
I'll make
sweet.
it a
Stick
bag
things
of
in there.
holding. I'll get a picture for it later, but I'm gonna make it into all players,
That's
editable
yeah.
by all players, so you can all
Yay.
edit the bag of holding.
That's a good idea.
Dragon.
That's actually really convenient. I love Roll20. I'm just gonna say it. I've grown to truly prefer
Yeah.
Roll20.
It's
Really nice.
It's really nice. I still want to play in
Easy
person,
interface.
but I'd like to play in person with us all having computers because I just want to keep using Roll20.
Yeah, I like
All
it.
right, here we go. I've got the picture for bag holding, and there we go. All right,
Nice.
that is the party's bag.
It has a face.
It does. That's actually the D&D 5e
Yeah.
bag of holding.
I like
Oh.
it.
Yeah, that's apparently what it's supposed to look like. It's also a messenger bag. I always thought it was like a sack, but it's actually like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's cool.
Oh.
It's happy.
I always
like it.
pictured it like,
Like a burlap sack or a
Yeah,
backpack.
a boring one that
Like a
doesn't-
little
it's not
like
colorful.
dice
Yeah,
bag that
Basically,
you put on your hip.
yeah,
basically.
but hip.
But no, apparently it's a messenger bag. That's like the official 5e art. So,
That's the good
So,
shit.
so you guys got the Dragon's Whetstone, Camille's armor, the bag of holding, the locket of the inner self, which is one of Toloko's custom magic items. So that's important.
I put my
also-
spear in there.
So Morgana, just for more reference, is I'll make a handout for it later, but essentially it allows you to get a daily casting of the polymorph spell.
Okay.
With it lasts until you take the locket off. With polymorph, you could turn into like monsters too, like creatures. So
Yeah, I had an idea that I wanted to.
you'll have to look into the polymorph spell and get some ideas.
Oof. He
And
gave
I'm
you
gonna
a
tell
really
you-
nice
There's a
thing.
lot of good ones.
Tell me in advance, like if before like next session, if you find some forms you think you're gonna use often, I'll look up the stats and get it ready.
I
You
think
know?
the only rule is you
Tokens.
have to have seen it before.
Yes. For most polymorph things, you have to have at least seen like or encountered the thing before. But I think there is also like a CR thing. I'm not totally sure.
Oh my gosh. We walk up to the Behir, see the Behir, we get another Behir on our side.
Go.
All I have to do is see it.
I don't think Celadonna would like that.
No, like while we're
You're
fighting the Behir.
dragon slaying monster.
Oh,
The
Brett,
new
yeah.
form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's. So I'm gonna have to figure out what your guys' challenge rating would
I think
be.
it's our
Or
level.
level.
I think it's your level.
Yeah.
So as long as you are a CR5 or lower creature, you can turn into it. So Behir, no.
Okay.
Not until you guys are like level like 12, I think.
Hmm.
But eventually, yeah.
Of course, you got to think about your intelligence too.
That is also
spell
true.
casting.
Polymorph actually changes your physiology. So if you turn into like a dog, you have the intelligence
Mhm.
of a dog. You
Oh,
can still
shit.
recognize your friends and like general
Now,
concepts.
Here's a question
Uh-huh.
that I don't know. So, if he transforms into Camille, does he get all of Camille's abilities?
No, not all of her like spells and stuff.
But,
Or you mean her features?
Like, would he be able to do like her rally and her parry?
It's a good
Like,
question.
like my,
I mean,
that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, just
Oh,
like
this creature
if
if you
transforms
transform into a person, like, do you?
game statistic.
Yeah.
The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics that change its alignment. Assumes the hit points of any form.
ew, you can have clones.
The creature is limited to the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form. It can't speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech. So basic abilities.
Okay.
You're a commoner.
You're a commoner. You'd be Camille without all of her skills.
Okay.
Like you could turn into a
Okay.
dragon, but you couldn't spells that the dragon would have, but you could use a fire
the thing.
breath.
I
That's
turned
the
to my
thing,
mother.
The maneuver-
You'd have to be like
maneuvers
level
aren't-
50
no.
for that, bucko.
Yeah, I have to be max
Level
level.
Yeah.
20, probably. Sorry, Camille, what were you saying?
I was just saying how like rally and stuff like that. They're maneuvers. They're not really.
Yeah,
that
but
would be
they're
something that would be something your expertise. That's your knowledge stuff
Right.
because it's a maneuver,
Okay.
something you're aware of.
I still
So-
got a quarterstaff, and I still got.
you can still transform
a
into some
dagger.
beasties.
Yeah, beasts,
I can
monsters.
two-hand my spider staff and smack someone in the
Right.
face with it.
Right. Or again, you could turn into other people just for like appearance sake. Yeah.
I just
So,
Can I
yeah,
use
but-
the spider staff since the magic is in the staff itself?
Yeah, you can use items you have on you. You could use the
Okay.
spider staff's magic and everything.
My only request is please don't web when I'm within the zone in the future.
No, do it. Please
no, I was
continue
just
to do it.
I
trying
thought it was very clever,
It was.
and
yeah.
then it just went bad
It
because
was.
you
but-
failed.
It's
He
just
succeeded.
bad rolls. It was
Yeah.
just a
Bad
bad
rolls,
That's
yeah.
all. Yeah.
But still.
It was fun.
Alright,
giggled.
I
Just
got him! I found this
Alright.
weird person who tried to stab me and is trying to get away. I got this.
I really thought it was a
Shit.
good idea, Dave.
I thought it was
did.
great.
I
yeah.
got it. It's okay.
It didn't work out though.
It was hilarious. It's fine.
So, with that, Tolico's done with his gifts routine. There's not much else to be giving.
There is something else. He mentioned Felix, your father. What's going on with them again?
Oh yes,
Um,
Tolico speaks up. You said you were looking for Tarian.
Yes, the door's shut, right?
Yeah, it's shut. And you know Freya's on the other side of the
Yeah.
the suite.
Tyrion.
Vivian
has-
actually at that as you look over, she's gonna go and stand outside the door and kind of like lean against it and like make sure nobody's like listening.
Tyrion has been missing for some time now. On top of that, he was gifted an ability by a literal god to send messages through the wind.
Right, I'm familiar.
The fact that he can't means that he's either gagged, unconscious, or somewhere that air
wind
isn't
can't reach.
flowing out
Something
of.
bad.
That is true. I thought all this time that he was just busy, but it's been too long. It's too much that would have
No.
happened.
And
Especially
It
for the
seems-
diplomat.
it seems like
From
He
what-
would have been involved long ago.
From what Ein said, it sounds like because he was the world's diplomat, putting out fires as much as he could, he was taken out.
You can't put too much stock in what Ein says, but
No.
that is a good point.
But I have been suspicious of Prince Tark for some time now.
Second prince?
Yes.
Really?
apparently
That's
he
interesting.
gave him EBGB vibes.
He's
Yeah.
trying to get good with me. He's been trying very hard, and I don't think it's him flirting with me.
Yeah, I thought it was, but
He
Felix-
plays it off that way. He's a very tricky man to pick up on, but there's something sinister underneath. Something I can't shake off.
I'll look into it while I'm in the
Um,
capital.
Thank you. Tolo,
Yes.
if you have the time, would you be able to stop by my mother's, by Aurora's? See if she has anything that he wore all the time.
Oh, I'm
Having
certain.
something like that might be useful with Tyrban.
He's crazy good
Ah,
at tracking.
smart.
Tyrban has shown that his nose is far
His
stronger
nose
than
knows.
it's far stronger than any of our eyes sometimes. And if we can even get a meeting with him again, might be able to
Understood.
get some kind of true lead.
I think getting a meeting with the prince would be easy. He does seem to be quite involved in this whole process. Suspiciously so, I do admit.
Oh, there's
I
another
need-
thing that Ian told us too. There's another thing, right? I feel like something
Yep.
about
Yes, he
Um,
believes that Ein is the one that killed, or not. He believes the prince is the one that killed the king.
or
Yes.
some kind of like poisoning or something weird.
Well, this is
I don't
going
know.
very deep then.
I mean, Ian's usually. You said to not trust anything he says, but
He also likes to rile people up.
he did
But-
that a good.
It's not something we can ignore. It's something worth looking into, just to be safe. All right, I will do my own investigation then. Now, before you all leave, I have a question.
Sure.
No.
What are your plans for your plague warding? What are you going to tell the church? Or would you like me to try and handle that? Because as your friend, Paria, and friends, Paria and Vivian, did explain to me, it seems like you might have some... At
Cure.
that,
Might be
he turns,
wanted.
and you see he casts a spell, and like a little like kind of goes around you guys, like an invisible field. You can feel it kind of move through you, just to be safe.
Charm of silence.
Basically, just to be safe. It sounds like you might have some infiltration within the church.
Yes.
Yeah, Levi,
Um,
and Vost.
if I may speak up,
Yeah.
I'm concerned that maybe the Order has much more to do with this than what I was originally intended to believe. The Order is all about manipulating from the shadows. And like we said, that the Order has infiltrated the church. To me, it's not unlikely that it has infiltrated the royal family. I don't know what you talked about with Ein. When
Oh
we
yeah,
were
do you
not
guys
there.
explain everything to Paria?
Yeah. I'll,
Yeah.
especially now that this magical bubble.
Megan,
Yeah.
you now have all the
Oh,
knowledge of what you
yay!
watched,
Okay.
so you can stop filtering your meta. Make it a little easier.
And especially with the revelation that Castellus is the propagator of the Merc. It's, to me, it is very likely that the Order Castellus is causing this turmoil and is wanting Calcifel to fall and Dane to basically do what Ian had said and start World War Elk, which is something that none of us want. So I'm concerned that this Prince Tark is involved with the Order in an attempt to gain power.
That
Or overthrow
makes
his
sense.
mob.
If
Yeah.
if the Order helped him, if they're already inside, and if there was a war, it would make sense that, of course, people would be going after the Queen and royalty. It would be easy in some kind of confusion in the capital to assassinate those people.
Which is
And-
what we thwarted.
Oh, who who's left to take it but Prince Tark, one who thought he would never had a chance.
Well, he'd have to also get through his older brother, but no,
Assassination.
he'd definitely do that.
What better for the merc? His hands will be completely clean.
All they have
Perhaps.
to do is give the merc to the brother and the queen, and it's a matter of time.
Perhaps, so in order to answer your question, you should probably go straight to the queen for this.
Well,
Yeah.
There's
that was my question is, I don't think you're going to be able to convince Miss Giantess over there to wait any longer. So, this is where we hit a crossroads. You either ensure the death of Ein with your own eyes, and know once and for all that he is no longer in this world and a threat to anyone. Or you go to the capital of Calcifel and try to avert disaster there. I'm afraid to say that there's no easy option here. Do you confirm the death of one of your greatest enemies, or save the life of a potential ally in the Queen?
We may have the option to do both.
Please, I would love to know.
Well, I believe it was alluded to, but we plead our case to Zivadona and show that Calcifel is not weak, that we are capable of overcoming a disease that would ravage anyone, including Zivadona, who has an aura.
That
The
is
merc
true.
doesn't seem to.
It's going to take time to get there.
Well,
I don't.
In the meantime, I can promise to do everything in my power to keep the royal family, minus Tark perhaps, alive and well. I will stay behind in Calcifel if you will all go to Zivadona to plead your case. Keeping in mind, Zivadona is a notoriously hard person to please. She may require proof of Calcifel's strength. But if you can prove that it's a kingdom worth allying with, she may be able to save Calcifel. I understand you are all, and I don't say this to be belittling your abilities, but you're all children compared to what this world is asking you. You're all being asked to do
Fresh.
something far beyond your means. You've proven so far that you are definitely your parents' children. Without a doubt. Except for you, Peria. You're much better than Ein. Quite like you.
Yeah.
thanks.
I can't demand these things of you, but I can ask for your help. I'd like to try and fix Calcifel without resorting to more drastic measures. I think with your help, we might be able to do this gently, perhaps even averting war.
That sounds
But
good.
if we do fail, I believe war is inevitable.
Ooh. What's this idea?
For you to go to
Other than that-
Zivadona and propose the thing and for him to stay here and try to, or you guys could stay here and try to keep Calcifel stable, but then you're risking Ein getting away with whatever plan he seems to obviously have up his sleeve.
See, okay, so
The DM's giving you a crossroads choice.
yeah,
So great.
crossroad.
Which one do
Determine-
you
determinate
choose?
crossroads.
And
Well-
I'm fine with either. I have plans for both.
Camille,
Okay, yeah.
one of us needs to see Ein die. Your father has the rose. You should go. I think,
Split the party.
Oh.
Tolo, I need to go back to the capital with you.
Boy.
I'll go with you, Felix.
That was quick.
I will accompany Camille. I believe.
Okay, hold on. As DM, I don't know if I can allow this.
Yeah.
Are we
May
gonna
I
do
try
two?
speaking in
Are we
character?
gonna do 2 sessions a week?
I'm
one
talking
group, one
in
other?
character.
I know, but I mean,
Can I try talking in character real quick, Mike?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just
no,
like.
no. I know. I
Just
realized the
wait.
freak out.
Hey.
Felix, I don't know that we are, as a group, capable of persuading an ancient dragon without your help. I realize
You
that
say that, but you guys have done well without me. There's times where I've mucked up so badly, and then Camille
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
has saved me.
You're not wrong.
did that happen anyways?
Yeah, well,
Camille's
Mary
the
wasn't
toughest
here.
one out of all of us to face my aunt, in my opinion.
Think about that.
I think if it comes to facing your aunt, whether I'm there or not isn't going to matter.
I mean, you have clout with because you're a father. Like,
Well,
my dad, he's part of the Holy Land, but he isn't a diplomat. He doesn't go around and like.
Yeah, no,
diplomat.
Dior's more of
You
like
know what I mean?
Yeah,
everyone.
Like
You're right.
that's what she said.
not as
She's
sociable.
yeah.
However, I'm biased. You all spoke up earlier and said you wanted to save your homeland, and you wanted to protect people. My thoughts immediately went somewhere else.
What, to your dad?
No.
I mean, I'd be worried
If we
too.
have Zivadona, wipe it off of the earth and work with Zivadona in a war against Calcifel, there'd be no way I wouldn't find my family. If I go, I can't promise I'll keep all of your wishes.
And I wouldn't expect you to. You're your own person.
listen, it's all
I'm not going to be the reason, the singular reason, of a choice for war.
Toloko steps
How
forward and
diplomatic
puts a
too.
hand on Felix's shoulder. I hope you understand that I appreciate your candor, but get over yourself. You're not going to start a war. You couldn't convince Zivadona to do anything. This is a group effort. You may harbor whatever concerns you have, but if you think that you're going to walk up to an ancient 900-year-old dragon and tell her what to do,
That's funny.
oh honey,
Not tell her what to do, as it's been made
sorry.
quite
I
clear
know.
that I won't be able to. But
But as a group, you might be able to convince her of something. She's still
So-
going to end up doing whatever she wants to do, I feel. But what your job is to do is to convince her to not only kill Ein, but to
We should
help
do that.
Calcifel. And if help Calcifel means a new regime, that's fine too. We're not too concerned about the royal family still controlling. If you still want to convince her to take out the prince and even the queen, that's not my decision, but it's up to you. Looks over to Peria. I understand. I'm not endorsing. Just
You're
Uncle
muted,
Tim.
Megan.
That was Megan doing
Yeah.
the huh?
No,
No, that was
Just-
that.
Mostly
Don't
just the Felix saying he wouldn't mind Calcifel being destroyed just so he can get his family back. Tolico's trying to assuage that this isn't about saving the Calcifelian
Royal
monarchy. It's
Right,
about the
right.
people. Because if Calcifel is invaded, Sifadona won't care about people like Avery or your friend,
take
anyone you've
slaves.
met along the way. She's also a believer in slavery, literal slavery.
Yay.
You're right.
So,
You have
You're
a
right.
terrible
You're right.
aunt.
You're right. You're right.
but we could probably make both things work. Maybe take over Calcifel, but peacefully.
I don't
Actually,
think
to that
that's...
point, I have a thought. I
Yeah, I like
gave
thoughts.
Rhea a letter that
Oh yeah, you
was
did.
from Julius. It
Yeah.
was his last words to Sivadon.
Or
Yeah,
to
what did it say?
Tierbrin. Are you suggesting you pull on the heartstrings of a 900-year-old dragon?
Well,
I mean, you did that pretty well. with
if her feelings are as strong as they seem, and if that's, her rage to killing Ein, it could be a possibility.
Sounds like a
I-
risk, but
I mean,
Oh?
honestly, what we could do is just tell her the truth of the Merc, and then she can unleash all her rage out on Costellus.
yes. Speaking of the truth of the Merc
Because that's
and all
kind
that,
of what killed Julius in the end. I
Yes,
mean,
Right.
but
he
if we
wasn't
tell her
in good
that,
condition.
what's to stop her from just wiping out the country entirely? Stop
That's true.
the spread.
Nothing stops her.
right? But to the point of the Merc, I don't mean to shift too much, but I thought it'd be important to let you all know that I am monitoring your friend Vivian's condition. By the way, Peria, you would notice that the shimmering barrier extends like just past you that he put up. So the room seems to be silently warded to even
Vivian's
Vivian's
yeah.
out of it.
I figured.
He speaks up. Keep an eye on her, but I have enchanted the amulet she wears. It has the means of allowing me to monitor her condition or her mentality of sorts. Status spell. I believe that she is at a crossroads of herself right now. If it doesn't control whatever this stone, this mercurialite is doing to her, she may be dangerous. But I would not send her with you if I had not cleared her myself. She is doing well in managing it. Just don't have her going around curing entire kingdoms just yet. I believe the more decay that enters that stone, the more powerful whatever this affliction is becomes.
While you were away, is there any way to expel what's within it?
I don't know. But she is learning to channel it more. Perhaps she could use it offensively. Maybe she could use it on your enemies? I don't know. That's something she has to learn. This is something beyond me, I'll admit.
Oh, did we get knowledge of if there's any other mercurialite around?
You know that Jamont gave one to Deacon Scalaret, and then he fabricated one, which Chris has the pieces of. That it broke, that was part of that creature, the monster he made.
The fake boss
So he
battle.
was, yeah, the fake boss battle, exactly. He was experimenting with recreating it, and it seems like, according to his journal, it's infusing auricite with enough decay. Eventually just turns it into this mercurialite.
We forgot to show Uncle Toast. If I think of mercurialite, I'll think of that battle, and then I'll think of the rune thing. The thing I drew, or you drew, Felix.
Oh, the circle.
Show that to Uncle Toe.
I
mean, I don't know what it means.
Right, yes. I'll pull that
Okay.
out.
That was in the Deacon's.
The arcane
collateral.
circle that it was in his room where he was making the fake mercurial light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Toloko looks at it. Oh, this is
That'd be
interesting.
helpful.
It's an,
I
We
have
do have
no
a
idea what this is.
it's an ancient. It's an ancient Elkin, correct?
It's an ancient Elkin, and I think you guys did actually learn a little bit about it when
Yeah.
you did some checks. It's basically an inverted Castellus matrix,
Right.
which Toloko doesn't have an aura, and therefore doesn't have like a means to replicate this type of
Doing
magic.
anything.
He looks at it like, I'm
mean, we'll
frustrated
explain
that I
that.
don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah.
makes me mad. Like, I understand the concept, but
Also,
Can't do the execution.
right.
there something else we need to look into. The
So many things.
the magical portal that was broken within the mines.
Oh, right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, me too.
In the Temple of Lolth, there was the magic
I have
circle.
notes.
Yeah, nice,
Good
nice.
for you.
You actually remembering things. That's good, because there's
know.
still a
Damn
few
it.
things that have not been touched.
There's other things I know I'm forgetting
other
that are killing
things.
you.
You haven't identified like 2 magical items in your bag. Anyways.
I know I haven't, Mike. I haven't had a chance.
You've had chances.
We've had
We've had
nights.
days of travel.
Okay, I was gonna do it when we came into town, and then immediately bouncers.
Got goomed.
2 days of travel on
Okay,
a cart.
I forgot to identify it over travel.
Yes. It's
We have
alright.
some scary ass flail, some
Anyways,
apron of death.
Apron of bloody mess.
Watch, it's like you just got really good at cooking and you're proficient in it, and you make delicious meals out of
Look.
anything.
I'm just gonna sell it to a
Um,
butcher.
So
Yeah.
you mentioned you mentioned the circle.
Yes, the magical circle that was back in the mines.
I don't remember. Did you happen to like sketch the symbols on it or anything, or
I
did you
don't
just?
think so.
I
So
don't
what-
think anyone did.
What kind of check can I do to describe it?
Arcana.
I think we
I know.
discerned the nature of
Yeah,
it.
we
You
just-
discern the nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a teleportation of
It is. It
sorts.
was a permanent teleportation circle that had been destroyed, and you'd have to basically re-enchant it, remake it. Let me check.
20?
20. Yeah. As you explain it, that is definitely a permanent teleportation circle. He pulls out a map. Show me where that is, and you identify
yes,
Chitin
it's
Caves.
here, you go down
Give him the
caves,
directions.
then hang around.
Take a
I-
right, not a left.
Right. If you reach the spider death cave,
went too
you've gone too
far.
far. Exactly.
Turn around.
Yes, if it's covered in soot, you've gone too far.
Yes, it's true. Okay. Well, this feels more like a side project in the grand scheme of everything I have to do, but
Yes.
that is, I won't deny it. Makes me a bit curious, but when I have the time, I will look into that.
Thank
So, before we go any further, I do need to ask, what are we doing? I'm not going to make the decision for you. Going, staying, they both have merit. You all have to
I
decide that for
mean-
yourselves.
I mean, personally, I don't feel comfortable with Uncle Toe doing all this by himself. I mean, they already
Excuse
had...
me, young miss. I wanted to ask.
Yeah, but they had you on trial and they wanted
I
to kill
don't
you.
know
And you're not
from-
exactly
I was
the best clout with the
fine.
queen.
From what
The trial was nothing.
what they told me about that, you weren't really useful during that fight.
Hey, don't. Uncle Toe
Felix,
is
make
very
a
capable.
a will save for me.
Even I am like,
Will?
Shut
There's
your
no
mouth.
will.
Wisdom save. My
Bend
apologies,
and
wisdom
fold
save.
your mind in half.
how dare you? Uncle Toe is
18?
amazing.
Amazingly, you were so close, but Felix turns into a rabbit. With benefit polymorph.
Hmm.
Good one.
Sit there for a moment, child.
Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. He even has like
This
a
is
little
the cutest
green
state
aura.
I've ever seen him. He's like so fluffy.
Yeah.
I really can I Camille, can I pet Felix?
I mean,
Don't hurt him or he'll turn
he's
back. and
sad,
go,
I won't.
but,
I'll just-
I
I'll
mean,
be
it's kinda like
gentle.
Kieran.
I'm not gonna eat him.
No, I didn't say you're eat him. I mean, with you and your
I give
consent
you
about petting.
a
Uh-huh.
stare as you pet me. It's like
And
then
then
he
he
just
hops
loud.
and he
He
poops.
snaps his fingers,
I
and
get
Felix
the
turns
green
back to
light.
normal.
Aw,
Oh.
darn.
Sorry.
See,
I'm sorry, you were saying?
I'm
Would
just
you
worried
like to
about-
repeat that?
I'm
It's
just
funny,
worried
you're
about
not
Uncle-
wrong. He really didn't do anything in the
I
fight
know.
against the Duress. He showed up.
he was there and like, I'm helping.
I think he cast haste or something.
I think he
Yeah.
did like
Yeah.
one thing. He didn't have a chance. You guys bodied that Tarrasque. It was like,
Good.
what the fuck?
And then we had Philionor be like, "Bitch, what up? I hear."
It was a good
That
ending.
That was
was
great.
dope.
It was dope.
It was not climactic for me though.
It was I thought I was gonna die.
I'm glad. I'm
came
Hey,
unconscious
it
like
felt
twice.
great for us.
So it goes.
Anyways.
I just
Regardless
don't
of
feel
past
comfortable.
accomplishments.
Yes.
I
yes.
don't feel comfortable with him doing all this by himself, especially with how the royal family and everyone is out to get him.
The church is out to get him.
Well,
The
Yeah, and they're
queen
stationed
is
where
on
he
his
is.
side.
if I may interject, I sort of just gave my word to a claim chief, or is that the right word?
Gamekeeper.
Claim keeper, that I would go.
Yes,
Oh.
one that also wants to bed you.
Right, but I still kind of don't have a choice in this matter. So, I mean, if the goal here is to persuade Bardas to come to Calcifel's aid instead of their ruin, I don't think it'd be wise to go off on the wrong foot with a ear directly to Zivadona.
I am gonna go get a cup of coffee. I'd like to make this known. I'm not wholly opposed to splitting the party if that's what the party does decide,
Oh, I don't want
because I understand role playing your character. I just don't know logistically how we're gonna make that work. So, if you guys want to keep talking, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee and be right back, or we take a 5-minute break. Up to you guys. But
Yeah, I think we need to
Yeah,
talk,
we'll talk it out. Yeah.
please talk it out.
We'll
Please,
talk it out.
if
Yeah.
you decide to do split the party, that's fine. But we will need to figure out how to do this, like, because Chris is gonna have to record both sessions for the stream purposes. So, kind of tricky. But we'll figure it out. I'll be right
I
back.
could.
We'll talk
yeah,
it out.
yeah. Worst case scenario, I could show Becky how to start everything if we have to do it at times I'm not here. It's not that hard.
Dude, my int is like.
No, but like it's literally like
Oh.
preset things. You literally just click like Black Aurora DnD or starting soon parentheses Becky because you made that screen.
Well,
Oh yeah, yeah.
are we gonna talk in character or out of character for what we're doing
I mean, I
next?
prefer to do in character.
I'm good with that.
as-
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
good. All right.
You know, we're playing a game.
So-
All right.
Yeah.
So you're set on going. You don't really have a choice.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that I said I would go along with what the party wanted, and I thought that's exactly what I was doing when I made that promise. So,
That was how it sounded before, but that was before some other things came to light. And
I
I
emotions.
think we need to weigh the options that we have as what's more important to us. Seeing through Ein's death, or maybe outing the corruption within the kingdom.
Both.
don't see why we can't do both on our way to Bardust. I have full faith
Okay.
in Toloco.
Okay, well, let's just say hypothetically, we get there, Zivadona doesn't help us and tries to destroy the kingdom. Then what do we do?
Go back.
I mean, I think I understand what Camille is saying. If we're all there and she decides to do that, I highly doubt Zivadona is going to let us walk out.
Well, then we die a very quick, hopefully, death.
Mm,
But do you not see the problem, Evelyn? If nobody is here to
We don't
continue our
accomplish
work,
anything if my aunt kills us all.
I understand what's being said. I guess I spoke too soon, which
no,
is unfortunate.
all right, my main thing, okay, my main thing is we need to have proof of Calcifel's strength before we go.
We are
Is any-
Calcifel's strength.
Ugh,
That is
well,
sad.
that is sad.
I
Yes.
believe my route might be better, which is why I should still go.
What was that,
A
Adrian?
few of us, one of us, none of us, it doesn't matter how many of us show up to Zivadona. She's gonna do what it is she wants to do.
Of course.
That's why I wish to try to convince her on Julius's behalf. Julius was my best friend in life.
Yes, I believe that you are good.
You're good at
Because
talking
you were
talk
close
to
with him, you are best to speak with the dragon.
Mm. Morgana, what's your aunt's diet consist of? Hopefully not wolf.
Meat. Generally meat.
Morgana. Well, actually, Morgana
she-
would know.
would she know, like-
Zivadona prefers to live her life mostly in human form
Mm-hmm.
and enjoys quite a diverse diet.
Okay.
She's vegan.
She eats
Sure.
whatever she likes.
God, I hope so.
Pretty much, that's the one.
Great.
If she's
Perhaps-
hungry for it, she'll find a way to make it food.
Perhaps she decided to do so because of Julia. Which is just one more reason I feel that my route might work best.
I
That note.
don't
What did
think
the note
that
say?
will.
How heartfelt was it?
It
That's my
was
main thing.
extremely heartfelt. I have known Julius for years. He was always a charmer for women, much as any bar.
I didn't get that impression.
I
She didn't. She literally didn't.
No, yeah.
He never made any advances towards Camille, so I was like, eh.
but
To be fair,
the
he
note-
wasn't terribly.
The note wasn't his usual.
Haughty self.
I wouldn't say hard.
Sarcastic.
It wasn't his usual
Right.
pickup line.
It was more sincere from the heart, like true
Genuine.
depth, genuine meaning behind it.
Great. All right, we got a letter and us
I
that are
still
stopping
have
this
a lot of
war.
trouble believing that my aunt would have empathy, compassion, let alone love in her heart.
This sounds like I.
Well, vengeance is also a strong motivator, and if we hand
Hmm?
Ein on a silver platter to her, well, it might be a point in the right direction.
Toloko would not like interject, but he is kind of muttering as you're talking. He's like, supposedly, according to rumor, she is not entirely unreasonable if you please her well enough. She likes to offer rewards to those who do good service. Perhaps that would be enough.
And Bardis values strength, do they not?
Quite so. It's
I-
their entire rule of culture.
I don't think that just Tyrburn and I would be able to amount the strength required to sway or even attempt to sway an ancient dragon.
I thought Camille was coming with us.
It sounded like to me she was going back with Tolo because she didn't believe in him.
It's not that I don't believe in him. I'm worried for his safety. He's doing all these things. I want him to do it sleuthily, like without cloak or something. But
Well, I was thinking of doing that exact thing, actually, Miss Camille. Do I have to explain my entire plan to you? Yes,
mean,
I
it
was
would help
going to.
It would
All
help
right,
me,
I was
yeah.
going to hit up some contacts.
Uh-huh.
We know Cloak. He was part of the Tarask fighting squad. All right,
Was he?
I'm going to. Yeah, actually, he was. He was
No,
there.
I'm
at
just
the
kidding.
end.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just worried for you, Uncle Toe. I know you're capable. I know you can do things. You're amazing.
I
But
understand.
a whole place, a whole city that might be against you.
He, as you're speaking, pulls up his sleeve, and you see on his forearm there is a tattoo, which you've never
Boo.
seen Toloko with like a tattoo before. But there's a mark of it's a sword splitting a horned skull in half.
Can I do some kind of check on that?
Give me a history check.
Ooh, I like this. I'm just doing normal history. I'm not gonna flare my aura
12?
for it.
Not heard of this, or you've not seen this icon before.
I
Huh.
look history.
Sure.
Cool. Did you get it in the
Would
city?
I even have a chance?
You know, he's probably
No.
about to
Okay,
explain
never
mind.
it.
Oh yeah.
He
I
he holds his hand up. I wasn't going to reveal this because it's supposed to be a secret, and that's the point of fucking secret orders and all that shit. But
Oh.
if you're not going to feel comfortable with this, let me put you at ease.
Yeah.
Those of us who stood against the Tarask, no matter our contributions, looking towards Felix, have signed a
Alright.
pact to
Oh,
protect this
yay.
world.
Yeah, I heard about
Each of us has received this mark. I helped create them.
Ooh.
What was it? Oh, right. Apocalypse Vanguard.
That's cool as shit.
In
Sorry.
the event,
My dad has one?
yes. The current members are, let me look up real quick because I have it here.
I've never seen this.
No, you wouldn't have.
So many secret societies.
It's the Avengers.
There are 10 members.
10.
Toloko, Dior, Rose, Viella,
Ah.
Sapphire, Tarion, Philionor, Cloak, Reaper, and Benric.
Hmm.
These 10 who stood
Ooh.
against the last apocalypse have made an oath and have a spell inscribed on them. In the event of a Tarask level threat or something of equivalent, we can summon each other to our aid. He looks over to Felix. I could potentially use this to draw Tarion out as well. However, it is a one-time use and must then be re-enchanted, and it takes quite some time. I understand your concern for Tarion, and I have considered using this just for him. You can tell he's conflicted because he knows that he's telling you he has a way to summon your dad, but he's about to tell you that he's not going to do it. Because if I use this, and then a threat of that level does appear, this world may fall. This is to be used, as per our vow, in extreme emergencies only. So rest assured, Camille, I'm not alone. And I plan to gather a few of our members to stand guard in Calcifel, and I promise you, Felix, we will do everything in our power to find your father. If I ever, and I promise this, if I ever get the sense that his life is in mortal danger, I will use this. I care about Tarion, I do.
Okay.
It's enough convincing for me.
Toho, could you
Oh, also. Oh, go ahead.
before we head out,
Yes?
I need to learn how to send.
Ah, sending.
So that
Yes.
I can speak with you if I do
That's
ever
right.
find him.
My apologies, I completely forgot. He reaches into another little portal,
The cell phone?
and he pulls out what looks like a sending stone, but is slightly different, slightly bigger, more ornate.
Is it a cell?
Is it a cell phone?
It is a cell phone, and he hands it to you.
Yes.
Oh, this is
It's
an...
not Robbie's cell phone, but it's a
Typically, it's supposed to be linked to others, and it's complicated, but this will allow you to cast sending at will.
Oh.
My dad told me about these.
Your father said I
cell
wasn't supposed
phone.
to. Yes, your father was against the idea of giving these out because of other kingdoms acquiring the technologies and the abilities. These are extremely limited.
They take pictures or something.
Whatever you do not lose this or let it fall into the hands of any other nation.
Yes.
If I'm
Including
going to...
Calcifel. Including Calcifel.
If I'm going to die, destroy it.
Basically. If this technology, this arcane technology gets out to the world,
We're in deep
wars
doo-doo.
will become a lot more complicated.
As if they aren't already.
So, only contact with Uncle Toe currently?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you're supposed to be able to, like, connect it to other people's
Yeah.
cell phone.
If we...
For reference, if anyone is watching in the future or whatever, it's not an actual fucking cell phone. We just call it that because it was designed after a modern cell phone that came to the world from another world. It's a magical item that has some of the capabilities of a cell phone, but it must be linked to other ones. So, like, you get their number by meeting them. Unfortunately, right now it's only linked to Toloco.
That's fine.
Nobody else has one except for people in the Holy Land. But yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep a
So,
contact list.
With it, you can
Also-
contact Toloco. That's about it.
Oh, well,
Also,
that
Felix,
solves
don't you have
that.
that stone that Don't you have that stone that
Wireless
hums or
cans with
something?
strings attached. Ah, but there's no strings, D.
Kinda, yeah. Basically. An invisible string that connects you to the other wireless can,
Yeah.
basically. And actually, somebody is watching. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's why it's
D, yeah.
wireless, precisely.
Oh, wireless. Sorry, I don't know
Wireless
why I
cans
thought-
with strings attached.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I
Exactly.
thought I saw wire. Anyways, yes.
No, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Felix, don't you have that thing that makes my
Magic Stone cell phone. Wow, we got 2 people watching. Oh my god.
my shield hum?
Oh, yes. That's
It's weird. I have
that's
a rune
the
on my
whole
shield now.
different thing.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. What?
I have a rune on my shield, Uncle Toe.
So
it was gifted
the
by
thing from the Knolls.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull that out while we have you here, Toe.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
goodness.
many
Great at
magical items
identifying
that
all
we
stuff.
just
He has
don't
it all. I don't
understand.
I see. I will add
Apparently
it to
people
the
are
pile.
looking for me.
Okay.
He asks for it.
Yes.
He'll take some time identifying whatever this is.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Make a note of all the requests you have of Toloco, and I will do my best to
Okay.
remember as well.
Perhaps that's what we should leave off saying is we do have a way to contact you if we have any other questions.
I also need to make this clear, and I have no qualms about saving your life, my dear Camille, but
I know. I know.
do try not to call me for every little inconvenience. I have things I'm going to be doing, and
I mean, you told me to call.
no, I do, and that's the no. I'm not mad about. I am by no means, and you didn't even call. Technically, Felix messaged the church messaged me, that whole, and I'm glad I got there in time to save Vivian and everyone. Great. However, in the future, I might be in the middle of something more pressing with my current duties of investigating
20 billion requests.
Yes.
I get it.
I will always do what I can to come help if I'm available, but don't make me your first resource. I'm going to be busy. Now, if you're about to be burned alive by Zivadona, sure, give me a call.
Camille,
I'll see what
we
I can
just
do.
need to get your mother's cell phone number.
God. She would drop everything every time. Like, Mommy,
Mommy.
we can't get the campfire going. Okay, dear, have a nice night. I love you. Goodbye, and then teleport away.
Love
She
her
would do
mom.
everything. Filianor would do
She
everything
would.
for you.
Yes.
Oh my
Filianor
God.
would absolutely use her godlike angel powers to save you in every situation ever.
Tolo,
At least I'm blessed by Jing.
Yes.
Yay.
speaking of the church,
Kind of.
I think you tell them that we are continuing to follow the lead in northern Calcifel.
Yes, I believe it is best if they don't know you've even left, to be honest.
Agreed.
Oh,
Say-
that brings up the other thing.
There's a lot of things.
The Plague
lot of
Wardens
things.
have a cure.
No, we do
No,
not.
I would
We do
say
not.
not to mention that until we're
No.
certain that it is side effect free.
Right.
Even
We're
I'm
still
a little skeptical about the instantaneous cure that comes with no side effects or costs.
It has a
That
cost.
doesn't. There's definitely.
If
Vivian
it
is the
sounds
cost.
too good to be true, it is.
Yes.
And maybe after we out the order.
Is there any
Perhaps.
way of mending? Is there any way of mending that mercurial light though that you have in your bag that's all in pieces and crap?
Yes, when
Like-
we go back to the academy, I was thinking of having them try to purify it.
That way we can have that as a second
Oh.
one, maybe.
Well,
So
either that
Is that
or it'll
possible?
revert back to being
Orachite,
Orachite.
which would
Hmm.
still be incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is where I am out of my depth, and it's insanely frustrating to say that I don't know anything about those sorts of things. Although I will be doing my best to do what research I can. But I have quite the full plate.
You can
I
always.
still have to teach Avery. That's probably going to take a back seat.
I mean,
He's
he
going to
could
have to do his own
He
self-studies.
could probably help you.
Why don't
with some of
you
it,
go to the
maybe.
mainland and get Trig?
Who? What?
Who?
Dresden? You mean
Dresden, sorry.
Dresden, yeah.
Dresden.
Dresden's busy, to my understanding. I think he's dealing with the train thing.
Oh,
I don't really know.
suppose
Fall out of
makes
that.
sense.
It's fine. I'll figure it out. But anyways,
Figure it out.
I
Okay.
DM asking, what are we doing?
Yeah, I
Bardest?
think
Alright.
we're going to Bardest. It's
Yeah.
been
Okay, I wasn't
have
sure,
been
honestly, what the
convinced
direction
to not
was.
split.
Okay.
I mean, if you
What
got a
a
special
shame.
mark that
I know.
boom, everybody right
Well,
there.
I genuinely, I had content for both. Because originally I thought you guys were going to go back to Kaitark, so then I was like, I guys are making
Dave, I was
it
also
doesn't
going
matter.
to try to drag you along because you don't want to go to your aunt.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't be dragging. Morgana didn't
I
want to
also
go.
said immediately I will
She's
go
like-
with you.
Morgana immediately jumped in. Same with Felix. Like, 'cause, yeah, obviously.
But you got a cool polymorph thing. Look, we can have 2 druids in our party now.
Druids.
Yeah.
Just don't ever get caught by
I wouldn't
your aunt.
change
Fine.
into that.
Alright.
Alright.
Fancy druid.
Well,
Mhm.
I'll miss you, Uncle Toe, and I hope you stay safe and don't die.
Likewise. Oh,
Yeah,
please. Don't you die. Please,
try not to.
don't.
Yes, I feel like it's
What do you mean? It's not like I'm
dangerous
important or
on our
anything.
end, seeing as we don't have Totor's abilities.
Okay, well.
Anything else before I go? I'm trying to remember, honestly. So
Yeah, me
much.
too.
Not that I can think of looking.
I mean, if my mom ever asks about me, just say that Jing is kind of keeping an eye on me. She might know what
Oh,
that
I'll
means.
keep that in
while
mind.
we have this barrier,
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
There's something more forgetting.
Pira,
There's so much-
Paria,
Paria.
Yes, Felix.
I'm gonna
Oh no.
try something.
Oh no.
Will it hurt?
I don't believe so.
Well,
First, I'm
no,
gonna pull
she
out
doesn't
the
believe
resonance
so.
fork, and I'm going
Okay.
to ding that.
You ding the resonance fork around Paria.
Mm-hmm.
Megan,
Yeah.
your true crimson aura activates.
Oh shit!
You guys see not just a red aura, but Peria's aura ignites like plasma around her, crackling with energy in a sparkling crimson. It flows almost like magma off of her back, like liquid almost.
That's new. That looks cool.
Okay.
Your aura's cool.
Peria, you begin to
Yeah.
suffer the effects of your
Can you
true
s-
crimson aura.
Stop what's happening, please.
Didn't
What'd you do,
expect
Felix?
You-
that.
If you grab the fork, it'll stop.
Yeah,
Can I grab the fork?
Yeah, you all just grab the fork, and your aura deactivates.
What just
You
happened?
said it wouldn't hurt.
I
But-
didn't think it would. I didn't know about
That
that.
didn't happen with.
The door. You hear a knock at the door, and you hear. Well, actually, no. Vivian wouldn't hear that because Barry.
Mhm.
Barry didn't hear it. Correct.
Ha,
All right,
Um,
no knock.
Okay.
So
I'm going to pull out the
Do we have
crystalline
more secrets that we
dagger
need to
thing.
share with the class?
No, there's no more secrets.
What
Ever
did you
since-
call it? Yeah, the little red crystal
I feel like I'm
dagger
the only one
looking
who's
thing.
not
The
keeping
the red
secrets.
crystal. Yeah.
So first, before I touch her with it,
Mhm.
first I'll ask for consent. But before that, I'm going to cast Identify.
Okay.
I can post it if that helps.
Yeah. Give me.
I'll share with the class that after
Share.
being
Beautiful.
released of the
Oh, ghost.
burden of a patron, my aura has flowed more freely and more strongly at times.
Ooh.
And it hurt like a motherfucker.
Interesting. Chris,
Why does that? Why does it
Mhm.
hurt though?
you remember something similar to this, like when you tried to identify the book and the page. It's not so much that this is a magical thing, but something about it does have magical properties. You do learn those properties, much like before you learned they were something. I think it was like divination or something, or
Mhm.
whatever it was. This this does have abjurative properties to it.
Abjuration.
It doesn't seem like it's meant to harm. I will say that. But
Oh, that's good.
it's weird because most of the time Identify gives you a very clear idea of what something does.
Mhm.
This isn't necessarily a magical item, but it does have magical properties.
Gotcha.
As in maybe the nature of the stone itself is magical, but it doesn't have like a spell on it or an
Yeah.
effect.
When
Kind of like if you tried to identify True Kite or Aura Kite. They don't do anything, but they're still
Yeah.
magical ores. That's the best way I could say.
when we were at the manor when you were gone, we ran into
yeah, how'd that go?
some assassins.
No idea.
We
Mhm.
Oh.
think they were looking for you
Oh.
Vivian, maybe.
or Vivian.
Vivian doesn't
perhaps.
have a red aura, which is assuming where that tuning fork came from.
They looked at Tierbrand's red aura, shook their head and ran, and we couldn't get any answers because their mind wiped. Long story
Oh, yeah,
short,
he's
useless,
still
no
in there.
information.
not until after they beat the stuffing out of me, of course.
Yes. I
Mm.
think, for whatever reason, they wanted to touch this to your aura.
Mm-hmm.
However,
What
I
does
don't
Vivian do?
trust that this isn't going to be a beacon.
I mean, my shield's basically a beacon.
Tolo, can you add this to the project list?
It's getting quite extensive, and I'm afraid you're asking me of things that he takes it, but he's like, I'll do it, but
well,
Aura isn't really my thing.
No.
You get that,
No.
right?
You're right. You're right. You don't have an aura. I'm gonna hold on to it.
Remind me some more, why don't you?
I mean, it keeps you safe from the murk.
Yeah.
Tolo,
Clearly that's not a problem anymore.
this barrier, it
Mhm.
stops any people from seeing.
Scrying and divination sound. Yes, this is.
Does it stop it from going
Very
out as well?
step with me. And he turns, casts a spell, and a door appears to his sanctum.
That was sick.
If you wish to be absolutely certain.
Yes.
That's so
If
cool.
you don't mind, Peria, I'd like to see what this does while we have the utmost safety.
Yeah.
Can I grab Vivian at least? I don't like to
Oh,
leave
of
her.
course. My apologies. I completely forgot. You can walk through the barrier.
I'll walk through.
So,
Back.
she's outside the door, and you knock and open. She's like, you guys have been really quiet in there. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's maybe fine.
Okay.
Join us, please.
Do we
Sure.
hear them?
No, you guys don't hear that outside the barrier.
Oh.
Oh, no, wait, no, yeah, you can hear them. That's right. They can hear you.
I'll
so-
just say, hey, yeah, come on in. Oh wait, they can't.
They
hear
don't hear
And
that.
meanwhile, your mouth is moving and they hear nothing.
We just, yeah.
She knows.
Vivian steps
Jackie
in. It's like,
knows, but yeah.
Magic. I probably would have been smarter. I guess I didn't need to sit outside the door. Why didn't you get me sooner?
Sorry. Got heated in a conversation about splitting the party, not splitting the party. It was,
That sounds like a terrible idea.
I
but-
know, but we've come to a conclusion to not split the party, so.
Oh, good. You're not all idiots. That's great.
What do you mean? Splitting the party is always a great
My God. Cardinal sin of D&D. Well, as soon as you guys were like, why don't you go? And I'm like,
Hey,
oh
Ghost, how's it
no,
going?
they're all gonna die in different.
Multi-session TPK.
Yeah. All right. You guys step into Tolokos' sanctum, his magnificent mansion spell, and the door closes behind you. In here, we should be fine.
Okay.
Scrying can't get in or out of this dimension.
If you're comfortable with it, would you mind testing my theory and flowing some of your aura into this?
Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Probably a lot, but flare my
I
aura.
mean, we have an archmage here.
On
So
normal level.
Peria, you
Yeah.
You touch the crystal.
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck.
You guys watch as Peria touches this crystal. The crystal glows with a red light.
Goodbye, Aura.
Yep.
Peria,
Yep.
you lose your aura
Yep. Can I have it
as
back,
it's
please? Yep.
sucked into this crystal, and it glows. And now the crystal is like a steady glowing light.
Touch it again. I grab it and stab it into my leg.
You stab it into you. Okay.
Oh my god!
Take
This is like the worst
5
thing
piercing
ever.
damage
Okay.
as it pierces into you.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
It's fine. I can heal it back.
You can't heal your aura back now.
No, I can't. I'm getting it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Morgana
I'd-
just takes a step back because
I'm
Yeah.
afraid of
Stab
that
yourself.
thing now. I don't like
break
that.
it, break it.
Yeah, I know. That's what's next.
Nothing happens. You just stab yourself.
I break it.
How do you break it?
have some kind of other implication to it.
Before I break it,
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a minute.
Mhm.
Are you gonna reflect on breaking it?
I'm gonna take a minute. Can I do some kind of arcana, anything kind of skill check to take a look at it in more detail to
Give
maybe
me an
understand
arcana check.
its.
I will
Can
assist you.
Sure.
Can I guide myself?
Go
Okay.
for it.
Can I get advantage?
Toloko's watching this whole thing like, the hell? Yeah, advantage with guidance.
26.
26
aura.
arcana. Okay. Peria,
Yeah, tell me please.
you have heard of something like this before, but it's something that is distant and experimental.
Uh-huh.
This is not something that's mass produced. This is something that is being produced. You know this through your order contact.
Right, yeah.
Through Susail is producing something like this. It's called an aura cage.
Uh-huh.
It is a device that is used to take away and seal away particular colors of aura. They come in all the colors of different auras, and by touching it to someone who is either willing or unable to resist, like unconscious, it can siphon away their aura and trap it within the crystal. The only way to return it is to break it.
Great. I'm gonna break off the handle while it's still jammed in my leg.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Fuck.
You are trying to break solid crystal. The handle's wrapped around the crystal. It's a whole thing.
Hold on. Can I?
While it's jammed in your leg.
Yep. I'm gonna see if I have anything to help with that. I don't. Well, here goes nothing.
Oh god.
9.
9. You jam it, and instead of breaking it, you
For-
pry it out of your leg quickly and violently, taking an additional 3 points of damage.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my glaive.
You guys watch as
This is
she
just
just like
wild.
rips it out and throws it down, pulls out her glaive.
I'm
But this
divine
is like
smiting this shit.
within like seconds. This is like Toloko's like, oh good heavens!
I'm
Like,
just
slightly.
like, I don't. What the fuck?
Yeah. Give me the attack roll.
Yeah. Boop. Oh my god!
You swing down. At the edge of it, it goes flying off.
What?
Um,
Why are you trying
You
to break
just strike the ground.
that-
Holy shit! The
I
natural one.
Need
May
it.
I give it a
No.
shot?
No, I don't want you taking my
Why would you
aura.
fight it?
I don't think I can.
I don't know if you can, but I'm not taking that risk.
I'll use Mage Hand to bring it back over to her. Like
I'm
I am
trying again.
truly- I am truly terrified of this.
You should be.
do to her, Master Toe?
Do anything. I didn't even touch her.
Good job, Felix.
I. Well,
Yeah, maybe next time, Felix, we don't.
I'm assuming she
She
shared the
consented.
knowledge.
I did
She
consent.
consented.
My wisdom is low.
I don't care. Camille's like, it's all your fault, Felix.
Can I try again?
Peria, Vivian's going to hold it for you. Just be like,
Watch your fingers.
I will. It's okay.
I'm ready with the healing spell.
Cuts her hands off.
21. You just ching right into it, and you split it in half. And there's a sudden burst of light as your aura rushes back to you. And
Can I do a
You have it back
perception
again.
check?
yeah, give it.
I want to do a perception check as to if there was any other aura that spilled out.
Okay.
Perception.
19. Just red.
Yeah. Okay. No, I mean like any separate aura. Like hers
No,
went back
just-
into her. There was
just
another
hers.
one that went somewhere else. Okay, cool.
Just
Great.
hers.
I'm gonna heal myself back to.
Right.
That was terrifying.
All
What
right,
just
well,
happened?
There were
Thanks for
assassins that I'm guessing were looking for you. And, if we ever see them use one of these resonators again, we can't let them get anywhere near you. Also, why are people after your aura?
I'm
Yeah, it's good.
not sure about that.
Is it because of your dad?
Toloko's like,
Maybe
I
your
wish I
mom.
knew more about aura. To comment.
Do you need to roll deception?
I have
Nope,
no
she does
idea.
not.
Okay.
Felix, you get the feeling that she is telling the truth.
Or maybe your mom.
Organa,
I don't
you're
know.
not sure.
I don't know.
Well,
Using your
blood
own
is
insight.
Special or something.
I am sorry that I almost did that to you.
That was I apologize for the rash
No?
outburst.
I mean,
No,
we're
I
talking
mean-
like cartoon levels of you touch, and she goes, jams it, freaks out, throws it across the room, beats it to death, just like, and then, I'm sorry about that.
I'm
sorry. Sorry.
I am
cool. I'm cool.
I mean, I understand because of the risen or the lady with the in the forest and the taking away aura, and I get it. I mean, it's kind of part of it. So
Yes, it is. Thank you for
Yes.
understanding, Camille.
yeah,
Well,
I'm trying to be
now we
understanding.
know what it does. And we
God,
know,
never do it again.
that it is awful.
And we will destroy those things as soon as we see them in the future. And what the
We
hell
also
is Susail
know-
doing?
We also
Why do
know
they want me?
if we get another one intact, that could be a very interesting interrogation tool as leverage.
Wait. No, she
You do
doesn't
get the
have
feeling
mine.
after realizing what this thing does that, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't have broken it because obviously, you get the feeling this thing was invaluable. These things are exceedingly rare and obviously exceedingly useful for
Yeah.
various things.
Well,
I feel
The
like
ability to seal away someone's aura.
Hey, we
Is
didn't
huge.
know that
No, I know.
beforehand that it could like take it from an unconscious person or
No.
anything. We gained invaluable
You did.
knowledge,
You did.
and they will
Wow.
most.
All you have to do is find another one.
Yes, they will most certainly
What?
come for her again.
Exactly. I'm bait. It's fine.
Yes,
Yes.
that could be valuable.
Which, by the way, is my
Also-
shield humming at all?
No.
I'm just checking it.
No.
Okay.
I'll let you.
Could that?
I'll give you a heads up if it ever hums. If you ever want to ask, feel free. But otherwise, I'll try to remember if you're ever near anything.
I think I have an idea
Oh,
for the
no.
church, for
Oh yeah.
the Merc.
Oh yeah. Please share.
Temporarily.
If you
removing
can
people's
temporarily
auras.
move somebody's that's willing, could you not remove it? The person doesn't have to fear death, and then purify the aura away from the person.
There are potential good uses of an item like this, maybe.
I mean, so
It's
so
like-
you're saying to
It's
put
like
their
dialysis for aura.
into the stone so they don't lose it, and then we'll go
Oralysis.
to the risen stones and get people.
No. I'm saying. Let me play out a situation. Hello, yes,
Yeah, please.
I have the Merc.
Oh,
Can you
God,
please
please
help
skip it.
me? Ah, yes, I am a doctor. I will. Let me take that aura for you. Alright, come back in a week and we will have your aura fixed right up for you.
I don't. Yeah, like anyone's gonna actually trust anybody with their aura.
I think it's
Did he?
a good idea.
I mean,
Kid.
Camille, in that circumstance, it's either trust them with your aura or die.
That's just an example, Camille. The point being,
I mean-
know.
you could take somebody's aura, they don't have to risk dying.
Yeah. Or
You
losing
do
their
get the
aura.
feeling that would be a very
Traumatic.
traumatic, not maybe not traumatic, maybe
Just
traumatic, absolutely,
traumatized.
for sure. It would be a very political, like this would be something that people would argue over for probably years on the efficacy
yeah.
of,
Removing
the ethical
That-
nature of this.
And they charge an arm and a leg,
Fro-
and only the rich would get it.
Felix is right that this would be potentially a good idea. Getting anyone to go along with it, would be harder than that.
Yeah.
Because then you start getting into the territory of, well, what if they keep my aura? What if
Yeah.
they steal it? What if they sell it? Oh,
A
I just
black
had a great
market of
idea.
aura.
A black market of aura?
Oh,
I just gave myself an idea. Holy shit!
Write that shit down.
Write that down!
Yeah. I'm doing it. Are you kidding me?
Uh-huh.
Because the possible applications of, like, can you then take someone's aura and have two colors? Can you give yourself... I'm giving the DM ideas. Can you give yourself a rainbow
Well,
aura?
some of these I already knew. I just didn't think
Yeah.
about selling them.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like,
Okay.
give
All right.
yourself a rainbow aura by stealing it from others.
So yeah, as you guys are realizing, Susail's up to some shady shit off in their corner
Yeah.
of the world.
Oh, yeah.
That'll come
And
back
for
to
some
bite us in
reason,
the
they
ass later.
want areas.
I don't know why.
I mean, it's very red. It's nice.
And you said it
Looks
was
like a lava.
hurting you?
Yeah, it was hurting you.
Yes, like I was alluding to earlier, after being lifted of the weight of a very malevolent patron, my aura seems to have supercharged in a way. But it comes at a cost, just like it did when I was using the Aurora art.
Oh.
This
Yeah,
too
that's
comes at a
another
cost.
thing.
I see.
You have an
Session
Aurora
four.
art.
Session 14. We're finally talking about the fact that Megan's been using an Aurora art since day one. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Vivian, too. She speaks up. I have it, too. First.
Yes, both of you have done that. What is
Well,
that?
she learned it. She went through the years of training. I took the shortcut, and she pulls up her arm, and you see the Aurora mark she has.
Mm.
I didn't have the same level of training.
Oh, wait. You went to the academy?
No.
No, this is from Order.
The
The
Academy is
Order.
the sole purveyor of Aurora marks in the world.
Sorry.
We were
No.
trained as assassins.
Yes,
To
to kill us
spies.
and spy on us. Yes, we've.
Right.
Since we were children.
Kids.
So
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a
Ein
whole
hates us.
thing.
It's a thing.
right. Well, it wasn't just Ein, but yeah.
No, it's just,
Yes,
lot of people.
Castellas.
yeah.
A lot of bad people who.
But you have a
Not
lot of
all
people
bad.
who hate you
Not
guys.
not all. The entire order isn't bad.
The Order
There's
is
probably more people like us there
right.
that don't know
The
what
truth.
The truth.
I
is.
would like to think that you're correct.
Yeah.
So,
The,
arts.
yes.
Which one
Right.
is that exactly?
First.
First.
Ah,
Jinx.
Oh, I believe the teacher knows that one.
then why can't you use it?
Ah,
Takes years of training. It took me years just to learn how to do normal
Then
fighting.
just let him take over like the others have.
mm,
Yeah, why don't you let the good one take over?
yeah.
Trust me, I've been trying to connect with him more, but it's difficult.
Yeah, you've been meditating a lot.
You talk
doesn't
about
sound like
him
we're
the
just, like,
most,
next to you.
and yet you've relied on these other voices. Do you not have faith in him?
He seems kind of
Oh,
useless because he doesn't do
my.
anything.
What does God say?
And that chairman kind of looks at you with a glare. It's not
Hey,
his fault.
God was pretty
So that's
awesome.
your fault.
And then he tried to kill my mom. And yeah. He
That
was
also
awesome.
wasn't his fault.
That
did happen.
I know.
that was due to weird magic.
Anyways,
Wish magic. Or sorry.
No, deck of
hard
many
no, that was
things.
deck of many things magic.
Yeah.
you guys need
Yeah.
to realize I didn't just, start being able to fight as I am now. That took years.
Yes.
Practice. He's never taught a four-legger how to fight like that before. The
Hmm.
fact I can do anything is because of him.
But isn't he a four-legger?
Yes.
No, he's a null.
Right, I'm.
Gnolls are bipedal,
Yeah.
like the one in the hallway, standing on two legs, holding a sword.
I think
You know.
I think he had the same thought I did for a moment, which was werewolf
Hyena.
god.
Oh, werewolf. Yeah, no.
But
I think that Gon has a lot of faith in you, Tierbrin, and doesn't need to take over. He trusts in your abilities.
Hard to teach a dog how to punch.
but perhaps,
Ums.
as far as the others taking over, first one
Yeah.
with Enog was a moment of desperation. I didn't know who I was saying yes to. And
It's
then
kind of terrifying.
the Lahika, I've been trying to let him experience more.
That's
He's a lot like
Let it-
me.
you realize that's dangerous, right? The
Uh-huh.
Lapika. We're talking about the Lapika.
Yeah, Toloko
here.
speaks up again. I know I've been a little bit quiet, kind of absorbing all this, but I really need to do some tests on you still, Tierbrin. That really needs to happen eventually.
Oh, we have the night if you want to. I don't
Not
care.
enough time. No, I'm talking
Wait.
thorough. I need to know. But once this whole situation's a bit more under control, maybe.
But from my point of view, the Lapika just wants a lot of what I want. He wants to experience life. And I'm not.
I would always assume that the Lapika was neutral. At
Well,
least that's what my dad always said.
yes, that's the thing. Is he used to be more neutral. But the longer he's been inside of me, the more he's desired to experience things. He even told me himself. He wants to know what an apple pie tastes like.
A what?
Pie.
Apple
Pie?
pie.
Apple pie.
Weird.
So
See, I'm getting the same vibes here that Felix had when he thought he was super important and special. And now I'm getting them from you. Are we all gonna do this today?
no,
I want to feel special too.
I'm just saying. I've been letting
Becky, your shield goes. You are special.
I knew it.
I'm just
I
saying
know it
that
in my heart.
I've been letting the Lapika have a little more liberty because I understand him. And I want him to be able to experience life.
You understand? That's good to know. All right. Well, I say we start our trek, and we can talk on the way.
Yes, you all seem to have a very long journey ahead of you. It'll take
Yeah.
probably the better part of a week to get to the edge of
Oh.
Calcifel. In fact, let me switch over to the world map real quick.
I mean, I get to
We're wrapping up here
experience
soon.
new places.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm gonna end music real quick, but we're gonna be wrapping up
Okay.
mostly. So is there anything else you guys want to talk to Choloco about, like last minute before you
I
guys?
don't think I'm good.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm just
Then-
gonna tell him about the Jing thing, and then be like, "Hey, if
Yeah,
my mom starts
he'll-
worrying about me, yeah."
Yeah, he'll explain that he has no idea what that's all about. He's not
I'll
religious
just
in
tell
any
him,
way.
I'll just tell him the rundown. It's
Okay. Okay.
A
You guys
person
catch
in my
up,
own day,
yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay.
But I will let you guys know that you guys, and then in the morning, Freya informs you guys of your route. So, for reference,
This? Question mark?
a little modified. You guys have there. It's gonna be a caravan of a few carts of people and such. All of Freya's stuff that she's got. There's going to be a small detour. She has to stop by Bartoon's Rest for a day.
Okay.
Then you will be doubling back. And then, yes. So, looking at what? About 70 feet, which 10 feet is about a week. It's going to take about a week of travel to get to the boats.
Before we leave Yermis, I have a order to go pick up.
In the morning, you can go do that before. Well, we'll just quickly say you go do that. What did you
Okay.
have to pick up?
I have to pay the other 500 to pick up my
Oh, I have
mithril
to pay
armor.
Uncle Toe.
Okay.
Sorry.
Toloko.
I had to pay.
Oh no, Toloko doesn't take your money. For what
Uh-uh.
you're doing. For what you're doing, you're going to need funds. He says it's a gift on behalf of him.
Rain check.
Sure.
As long as I don't die.
Pay me back when you're back from Bardust.
Yeah.
But you'll need it for Bardust. But yeah, so in the morning you can go and get your armor. I forgot about that. But yes, it'll take a week of travel with a 1 day stopover in Bartoon's Rest for business. She says she doesn't say any more than that.
I don't like
And
that.
then after you guys reach the boat, it will be about a week's travel to reach the mainland of Bardust by boat, by ship. And then once you get there, it'll be a couple of days probably in Bardust. So you're looking at a 2 to 2.5 week there trip. One way.
This
She
is
also
gonna
gives
be-
you some ground rules you should be aware of for Bardust.
No.
Number 1, while you're with her, you are immune to other people's claims as part of her claim keeper immunity.
Yay.
Once you are not with her, though, you are subject to claims. In the event of being claimed and you dispute it, you basically have to fight. It's essentially trial of strength. The way that Bardust works is the strong rule. If you claim something, you better be ready to defend your claim to keep it.
Hey.
Sounds a lot like my pack.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of like police or guard presence. It's kind of more of a, I want this. I'm going to prove to
Chaos.
you that I can take it.
This
There
shit
is
chaos.
some civilization, only because there is a strong enough being at the very top of Bardust to create order. If she was gone, total chaos. So that's one. Number one. Number two, magic is not strictly outlawed in Bardest, but it is frowned upon, and you may be discriminated for the use of it, as it's a nation of warriors and barbarians and such. So be careful. It might draw a suspicious look. However,
Gotcha.
to that note, number three, teleportation is outlawed. Zivadona, for some reason, does not trust teleportation. She does not like it. She does not allow it in or out or within Bardust. If a claim keeper or one of their minions witnesses you teleporting, that is grounds for immediate arrest, which in Bardust being arrested means getting the shit kicked out of you until you're unconscious and dragged to a cell.
Yay!
With
Oh,
those
nice.
rules in mind, you guys set off towards your destination, and that is where we will pick up next time.
Yay!
Yay!
Alrighty.
Death is imminent. Let's
Wow.
do
So-
it.
To be honest,
Um,
I really hope you have to work Saturday, Matthew.
Hey,
Assuming there,
I
if
really
there's
hope
a,
not.
well, that's the other thing is, since we already played now, there with the whole Catherine thing, we might not be able to play it all Saturday. Anyways, if she's has a problem with you playing 2 days
We'll
in
see.
a row, Megan,
We'll
we'll
talk.
see.
Yeah.
So we'll see if you have to work. We'll see if we can even play, yada yada. But I will continue working on stuff towards Bardest, and whenever we do play, we'll get to that.
in the essence of saving time, can
Sure.
I cast Identify on the flail and the bloody apron
Absolutely. Let me get those.
before I forget again?
Sure. It's not a big deal. It's just I keep thinking to myself, does he remember he has those? And I keep feeling bad. Like I want to say something, but I also want to leave it up to like you to
Yeah.
think of it.
All I
Give me a
gotta
quick-
say is the amount of time it's gonna take to get there. There's a lot of chances for Ein to escape, isn't there?
Well, that's why you
There's
guys are going along.
a lot of chances.
So I've identified the butcher's bib for you. And I will identify the flail.
Ooh, SMC Ghost converted from a Prime Gaming sub to a Tier 1 sub.
Felix, it's in your channel.
Nice. I just noticed it.
Also, Mike,
Yeah.
I was gonna try to sell that Rod of the Pack Keeper.
Okay.
I have no use for it.
Where would you try to sell it?
Whichever half of the place was the more magical inclined, or
So
like
that's sort of the tricky thing is magic shops aren't
right.
super common.
I'm thinking more like occulty, like crystal shit.
Yeah,
like
I think it's
fake-
possible.
yeah, like-
Like you're going into a Wiccan
Like,
shop or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Candles, the skulls.
I'll just like see what kind of price I could get, and if it's shitty, I won't sell it yet. Basically.
Sure.
So interesting. So I don't think
Okay.
because of what
it's an uncommon wondrous item, which is worth about 500 gold, so you can get about 200 for it, I'd say.
Okay.
200
sell
gold
it.
pieces for it. Okay.
Yeah.
I will remove it then.
Dude.
I got money.
because of its origin. Am I right in assuming that nobody here is gonna use the flail of
I'm almost certain no one
know-
will, but it is still a thing.
It has really cool things, but also
Yeah.
you're cursing
you also know it is
yourself.
cursed, but the curse
Yeah.
isn't like devastating. It just has negatives.
Yeah.
But the flail is very strong.
Sell it in Bardust.
So if you
That's
use
not a
against
bad
this,
idea.
Actually, yeah, because people there will just be like, "This is
Then can
strong."
I
out
identify
there."
it?
That's
Oh,
true.
are you kidding me? People wouldn't give a shit about that curse.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No,
Not a bad
they're
idea.
like
As
they're
far
like
as
Bad idea.
the
they're like the Sukasa. I think that's his name. Sukasa's clan in Doctor Stone.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
basically.
yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah, rule of
Okay.
the strong. Yeah.
for the
Great.
bloody apron,
What's it do?
technically I don't use a weapon, so this doesn't work for me.
Ooh,
Um,
I don't know.
It's
Yes.
good, but it just comes with the aesthetic choice of having a bloody apron
yeah,
on
that's
you all
the
the time.
other thing is I don't
Would
think
you like
any
to
of
clean
us
that?
want to wear
The
Uh,
problem
do,
is,
though?
it's good.
What's it do? What's it do?
once
Crit.
per turn, when you
per
roll damage with a melee attack with a weapon, you can re-roll the weapon's damage dice.
Ooh.
Additionally, slashing weapons have a 19 to 20 crit range.
You have an extended crit range.
Extends
This
your
is a
crit
real
range.
thing. I
That
didn't make
stack?
Extends
with
your crit
mine?
range.
It does stack
And-
yours.
Oh,
Because
how
of the
can I-
text in your
Yeah,
aura, it
How
does.
can I get rid of this aesthetic of wearing a bloody apron?
Just put it under everything.
It is a perpetually slick, bloody,
Ew.
black leather apron.
Oh.
It says it's perpetually covered by blood even after being washed off. So it's got like a
Oh.
disgusting macabre kind of thing to it.
Yeah.
But it's so good. I had to include it because I was like, oh, that's so cool, but awful.
Yeah.
Would they even use it?
The only thing I can think of is prestidigitation.
I want to wear
Nope.
it.
But that doesn't
Even
Oh.
after being washed off, it's
You'd have to-
perpetually
we
covered
would
by
literally
blood.
have to alter its
You have to
magic.
glamour it.
Yeah. You'd have to glamour it, or like Morgana said, wear it under something, but then the thing
Right.
is always going to be kind of damp.
Gonna be.
Ew.
Ugh.
One of his blooded
All that
eggs.
chafing.
It's a rare item.
I know.
It is a rare,
I
wondrous
I
item.
have a question. You
Hmm.
have to physically wear it, or can
You
you, just
have
have
to
it on your
physically
person?
wear
Have to
it.
Like
physically
you could
wear it.
put a.
You
No,
can wear it
you
as a
must-
cape.
Becky, because otherwise I could still get the no,
Yeah.
because it's weapon attacks. I can't
No,
get
there's a
any
lot of-
benefit from it.
I think me
Um,
and you, Becky, are the ones that would really benefit the most from it.
I'd say yeah, you could wear it backwards
Slash.
like a cape if you really wanted, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's about the best you could do. You have to have all the straps buckled and all of it on you
Ugh.
to use
I
it.
think we're just.
So
I'll
I think
put
we'll
it
keep-
into everyone's
Okay.
into everyone's journals if you really
think
want to
we
look
should
at it.
just-
hey
Get the
Toloco, can you clean this?
Unfortunately,
Can you
part
glamour
of
this?
part of whatever sadistic bastard designed this, it is a perpetually bloody apron.
Yeah.
There's no amount
I
of
mean-
cleaning that can work.
I mean, we can use it as an interrogation slash.
It's an
No.
intimidation tool, if nothing else.
I would rather sell it and buy something we'll actually use before just having it as a intimidation tool.
Well, the
Oh,
flail and the flail and the
Hand in
butcher's
hand.
bib do
Package
kind
deal.
of go as a package deal. They look both very intimidating. You might be able to find some sadistic prick in Barda still buy them off you.
Probably.
Calcifel, unlikely. I'm
No.
gonna say, I was like, no one in Calcifel who'll look at that and go, yes, please.
Give me the bloody apron. and-
Calcifel's too nice.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh, guys. I can't believe you're going to Bardest so soon. I'm excited. I'm so excited. But
link we
like
don't know.
like you know how in an anime in season 1 there's like the big bad guy who's like he's the most powerful of all bad guys, and then season 2 starts and you realize that that guy is weaker than the weakest guy in season 2.
Yeah.
Like they have to do the power scaling through anime. That's what's happening here. The strongest enemy in Calcifel is like nothing compared to what's in Bardas. Calcifel is like the
We're level
starter
1 to
zone.
4.
it's the starter zone, and you guys are going to like the intermediate zone.
Idris is level 5.
It's
So-
fine. We have an entourage. At least
Yeah.
on the way.
Yeah.
Also, Becky, point of note, we're gonna be going near the knolls.
Yeah.
There.
Well, you're gonna be stopping. You're not gonna go into the nose. You're gonna be going here. So
yeah, but
the
we were up
knolls
at
are
North watching they
near.
attacked.
Yeah,
so
wasn't
Yep.
the
We are-
cave like here-ish?
100%,
Here.
we are getting attacked.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. And we have Freya though, and her entourage with
Yes,
us.
we do.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure Freya will just have a field day with that.
Oh, she'll
But-
have so much fun.
Also, and yes, I am doing this somewhat intentionally, but it's up to you guys, and I'm totally cool if you guys choose not to. You will be stopping up Bartoon's Rest for a day, which is at the base of Mount Castell,
Bahir?
where the Bahir is. If you want
Convenient.
to. I'm not going to force it, but yeah,
I like that idea.
I
you guys
mean,
will be here for a day, which is where the Bahir is.
For all we know, it could lead to level 6 for us.
I want that level
Oh.
6. I get a lot of
Maybe
my.
that's what your DM is hoping for, so I don't have to throw Too much
Too
action
much.
that you can handle.
I get a
Maybe
lot
you should
of
fight them here.
I get a lot of really good evolutions unlocked at level 6.
I get to be level 5.
Maybe you
Paladin.
Oh,
should
yeah.
do it.
I vote yes.
Do it.
Probably, yeah.
Raise your
Well.
hand if you're going to push for that. Okay, Mike, make sure it's prepared. I'm sure it's already prepared.
Yeah, it's already done. We could have gotten to it today if we had enough time, to be entirely honest.
Gotcha.
Poor Morgana is going to be thrust into a fight of the year and then go see her.
God,
Well, you
is
can
just having
polymorph
bad
now.
time.
Yeah.
She can polymorph though into
It's-
not being a dragon.
That is true.
I can
You can
turn into a
polymorph
deer.
into a form that is not well, no, not quite
no,
yet.
well, yeah. But...
In like 6 levels, you can.
And I was gonna pour pee on myself for you.
You still should.
You still have to lure it out somehow.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
can still do that.
yeah, Morgana's still here. She's like, ugh, I'm just a dragonborn. Oh no. But here comes out, whoop, I'm bigger than you, bitch.
But hey, I mean, the other thing is like the way it works in 5e. You have to lose that health pool,
All your
and then
hit
you go to your
points.
own
Yes.
health
And then
pool.
your own.
Polymorph is awesome. You have to, if you like turn into like a mammoth that has
Yeah,
like
you're
50 or
hefty as
60 or
fuck.
100 HP, you have to lose all of that, and then you turn back into your normal form at full HP.
That's
Yep.
Oh,
So it's like,
shit.
polymorph's crazy.
Yeah,
It gives you an entire
ultimate
second
pep.
health bar, basically.
Damn.
that's
Usually
why
it's beefier than yours.
that's why druids are like
Yeah.
amazing
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
5e.
Survivability.
So,
Cool.
all right, sounds good.
Yeah. I
Uh,
hope I
Okay,
don't have
guys.
to work Saturday. I have a feeling I will though because we have.
I
off
hope so.
today.
I do hope you don't, and that also Catherine's okay with you playing twice, Megan. But if not, I'm glad we got the mini session in at least. So I have
Oh.
because I wasn't also sure if you guys were gonna go to Bardos. There was still the potential. I know you guys had more questions, and I know I really didn't want to deprive Megan of not getting to talk to Ein for another week.
Tanks.
No
Yeah.
problem. So thank you guys for joining me for the mini session. We will see about Saturday. I'm not expecting it though. I'm just gonna say probably not, but if so, cool. I have stuff prepared. I do have content. I have a Behir fight that'll take up a good bit of time. And then I will see you guys whenever I see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right, guys.
All right.
Bye.
See you
See
guys
ya.
later.
Bye.
You all.
All right, and I'm gonna come in to chat, and we can go ahead and work on the questions that you had. So, see you in a minute.